Back again for another Patreon upload. This one is on the spin-off from Fast and Furious called Hobbs and Shaw. I don't like these movies. I have repeatedly said I am not a fan of these. Seth is the big fan. I am not. I've seen the first one, a little bit of the second one, and Hobbs and Shaw, and that's it. These are just not for me. It's a weird franchise because they start out as just like street racing movies and they become heist movies, and I don't even know where they're at this point. I don't even care. They keep making money though, so they're gonna keep making them. Vin Diesel apparently still needs a job, but this was an episode we did rescuing Hobbs and Shaw because we all watched it. We're like, wow, this is really long and really boring. And it's weird how you have this many big name actors in one movie, and yet the movie is just dull, uninteresting, doesn't tie into the main franchise. There's no real connection to anybody else, and it feels like it's an afterthought. And I think ultimately it was just an excuse for The Rock to go on vacation. We kind of said that The Rock is kind of like Adam Sandler, using his films to go on vacation, and that's, in recent years, considering the things we've all heard about him, how he's very lazy on set, he doesn't show up on time, he's not very professional. Yeah, that kind of tracks. That makes sense. So this is a fun episode. It's a great episode. It was a long episode. But yeah, it was a big crew on this one. A lot of fun. Had a great time. I mistook what Vienna sausages were. I thought that I just meant sausages. I mistook what Vienna sausages were. They're like little canned things. Yeah, we had a lot of great laughs on this one. This was a lot of fun. In terms of watching this movie, I would never recommend it. If you're going to watch any of the Fast and Furious, you can watch all the others and just not watch this, and nothing changes. So, yeah, here is our Patreon cut of the film rescue of Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw. This movie is too long, as is the title. Enjoy.
Rescue Show. We're lending a helping hand to Hollywood while they're out of business.
No.
For how long?
But
Hollywood will be out of business until Fast and Furious 9 gets its release in April of next year, apparently.
now they're going to have to go to space just so they can avoid it.
Like, actually film in space, not take place in space, film in space.
Right.
Unless Machete gets there first.
Do you get enough light out there? Or do you get too much light? How?
Just giant
Giant
lenses
mirrors.
to put over the sun.
Oh, my
so
God.
that you can...
There we go.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure that's the plot of the Coheed and Cambria comic books.
That's a thing?
The what? Who?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. Coheed and Cambria, all of their lyrics are based on the stories that come from the Amory Wars comics.
I did not know this.
A comic book series which has a villain like a sentient bicycle.
I mean, we got a movie about a sentient tire, so
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah,
Our main villain in Doom Patrol is a talking rat.
That's true. That is true as well.
Shameless plug
which-
for Doom Patrol. Amazing show.
Which ironically is like the most sane thing on that show.
Oh,
yeah.
Baphomet, the talking unicorn.
Everything made sense. Except for the fact that he was talking.
I know that voice actress too, Chantel Barry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, she's nice.
Yeah. So we're talking about Hobbs and Shaw today.
Great.
Fast and Furious
Hey,
presents
in the
Hobbs
intro.
and Shaw.
Is that the actual title?
That's the actual
Yes.
title.
Fast-
Oh Lord, it's so
Yes.
long.
I mean, the Wikipedia page does just say Hobbs and Shaw, but the poster has to throw in, and the trailer, Fast and
Everything
Furious
says,
presents.
It was
Yeah.
their first spin-off. Yeah.
Exactly.
Hopefully the last.
It's not.
Okay. I unironically enjoy these films. I get
Yeah.
that they're cheesy, they're popcorn flicks,
Yeah.
they're dumb, they're superhero movies at this point.
Yeah,
But they're
literally.
turn brain off, watch action.
Yeah.
I'm having a good time.
But much more enjoyably so than Transformers.
I agree.
hundred-
Yeah.
And no matter how much I can turn my brain off, I just feel like I had a stroke
Right.
watching most of those.
So when I think it was 8, there's a scene where Jason Statham is saving the baby in
Yes.
the airplane.
That was 8.
Yeah.
And that scene and like just his charisma carrying the film, I was
Yeah.
like, I would watch a spinoff about him.
Yeah.
And then they announced a spinoff, and I was like, oh hell yeah. But then we got Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, man.
I'd like to say that I think I'm the only one of this entire group here. I've seen the first one, and then I saw this.
Well,
That's all I've seen.
That's your mistake. You didn't
I
lead into
do
it.
not care for these movies. They are not something that interests me. I do not give a crap. It's just they're too dumb for my taste.
If you're going to recommend anybody watch just one of the series, which one would you recommend?
It depends on what your taste is. If you're like you said, Jesse, you're not into the dumbness, then stick to the first one and press pretty much it. But if you like the fun stuff, then if you like the fun, crazy action, whatever, then I say 5 or 7.
I think 5 would be the one for me if I had to pick one.
Yeah, but 7 was my first one that got me onto it, so I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Really?
Yeah, I
I
didn't like it until I didn't watch it. It didn't catch my attention until somebody dragged me into 7. I was like, oh, these are fun.
I think 7. I could be wrong. I think 7 was the highest grossing domestically, and 8 was the highest grossing
Yeah, it made like
worldwide.
$1 billion.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
That tracks.
So,
Well, I mean, you get that many stars in it.
and then
Eventually
one
it's
of
just gonna start to make
one of your
money.
stars passes away. Everyone gets
Right.
curious. It's the
Yeah.
Dark Knight effect.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
indirectly caused the film to make just a complete mountain of money.
Yeah.
Just
Has this series or the X-Men series been self-rebooted more?
Oh, X-Men definitely.
X-Men.
I've lost track.
well, there's actual continuity apparently with these movies, whereas
Yes.
with X-Men,
It's
there's
confusing,
like, there's
but-
like no continuity.
Yeah,
at
it's
all.
not even like they're self rebooting. They're just shuffling stuff around constantly. Like, no, this
Yeah.
happened then. I promise, this happened then.
Well, 'cause my thinking is 1, 2, and 3 are about as disjointed as you can make films. Besides Paul Walker jumping from 1 to 2,
Yeah.
2's a totally different kind of movie from
Yep.
1.
Okay.
It is not the same thing.
Yep.
And then
First
3,
one is basically a crime thriller
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
cars in it. It's
Point Break.
It's Point Break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Point
Yeah.
Break on the road as opposed
Yeah.
to in the sky.
Exactly.
Right.
But then you get the second one, and apparently it's just street racing. And
that-
then the third one is a totally different character instead of a spinoff.
a totally
Yeah.
different
Yeah, totally
character, totally different car. It's all about like
Drifting.
non-muscle cars and drifting.
And the irony is, like, I think they realize over time, like, oh god, I think a lot of the audience just don't give a shit about street racing. Like, we can keep shit about cars, but not so much emphasize street racing. So that's why Fast 5 was suddenly really successful. Like, hey, it's a heist film that anybody can watch. You don't have to be into
Right.
cars. Because 2 and 3 were, diminishing returns.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And then 4, I think that was the one that I picked for us to fix in the challenge because
Yes.
it's the most boring.
yeah,
of
I
all of them.
forgot.
That's
Like,
the one I haven't seen. That's the one where like it's Letty and Michelle Rodriguez and Paul Walker, right?
well, it brings back everybody from the original.
Yeah.
Like the main 4 of the original.
Okay.
But they quote unquote kill Michelle Rodriguez, Letty.
Okay.
in
Yeah,
the
she went
beginning of that one.
undercover or something, right? Something like
It's
So is she a cop?
no,
No.
not at all.
no. It's,
Not that I care. I'm just curious.
These people are basically deputies at this point. They're just like
Okay.
I mean, Paul Walker was like the only real undercover
Yeah.
cop in
Right,
the whole thing.
right.
But no, it wasn't until the mid-credit, post-credit scene of Fast 5 where like, oh no, Letty's still alive.
Right.
Yeah.
So and then they
Well,
brought her back with amnesia.
that
in
was
the sixth
and
one.
That was the plot of 6.
Yeah, so she was like an anti-villain in
Oh,
that
I'm
one.
confusing 6. Okay, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Of. 6.
4
Yeah.
Gotcha.
4 ends with Dom.
Franchises should not last this long.
4 ends with Dom going to prison, and then them coming to break him out of the
Yeah,
bus.
that was the cliffhanger.
Hard cut.
Yeah.
And then that's the opening
And
of
that is,
5.
that's the opening of 5, where they're
Yeah.
busting him off of
Right,
the
right,
prison
right,
transport
okay.
bus.
Okay, we hear now.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
here.
yeah,
and
so you
then-
can pretty much connect 4, 5, and 6.
And 5 is when The Rock comes in
Yeah.
on all the steroids.
Oh my god.
That man's arms are
He-
bigger than a
he is-
human
he
head.
is
Not
literally
possible.
a rock.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was probably at his biggest in that one. I
Yeah.
would think. I mean, he's
Oh,
still
yeah.
pretty big in Hobbs and Shaw, but in 5, Jesus.
I think
he
5
has
is the
to-
biggest he's ever been.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. Like
Also,
Jesus.
all the baby oil. That man was greased up for that movie.
And they actually made that a joke in the
they're-
film, too.
These are like barely even people anymore. These
Oh,
are
yeah.
these are
Yeah.
superhero movies.
Yeah, no, they are.
Oh, yeah.
Like
All of them
any,
have
any
superhuman
other human
abilities.
being involved in these scenarios or these stunts would be dead
Oh
instantly.
god. No,
Oh yeah, no,
God.
they're not even trying to hide that. They're
Yeah.
like, yeah, these are essentially superhero films,
At
Yeah.
this
for lack of a
point,
better term.
all the main characters are superhuman in that they are super durable at the very least. Some of them are super strong. Like some of them can stomp on the top of a fucking parking garage and make it crack and let the villain fall into it.
That happened.
Literally happened.
Oh, God. This
Love
is
it,
why I
it
just don't
happened.
watch these movies. I'm just
When
like,
you fight the street fights back.
That was a lie too.
That was a lie.
That was a lie.
That was a lie.
I love this. I love it.
Yeah.
so dumb.
Now, was that
I
after-
know it is great.
But was that after the helicopter was already shooting at the parking garage?
No, the helicopter been
I can't
taken down
remember.
by the Rock, jumping up and then putting a chain around it, and dragging it down with whatever he jumped.
Yeah,
up
he
on.
Captain America's the helicopter and then pulls the minigun off.
Oh yeah.
Yep. That happened. Yep.
Although they had to film that like much later with everything that had happened.
Oh, yeah.
Like that whole finale is like half principal photography and half reshoots because of Paul Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
And that's also why he's in the hospital for like 2/3 of the film. Where
Right.
The Rock is. Yeah.
Right.
So
And,
That's
all
where
of
he
this
flexes
happened
to get out of
after
his cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yep.
does. And all of that happened after the parachuting cars.
Right.
from the director of Saw.
What a world we live in.
I just
So all
Oh,
of that
can't.
all
I
of
just
that
can't.
leads up to Hobbs and Shaw.
Mm-hmm.
This is a movie.
supposedly.
I really wanted to like this. I genuinely wanted to like this.
The idea is not bad.
Yeah.
The idea of, hey, let's make a Tango and Cash knockoff with characters from Fast and Furious.
Good way of putting it.
Sure. Now make it fun. Oh, it's not fun? Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
let's do positives first.
Okay.
Let's do positives first. I'll watch anything that Jason Statham is in.
Yeah.
I love that man.
We've established that.
I love that man. I even saw
Slap that head.
slap that head, Jason Statham. I saw Death Race in theaters.
Oh my
From
god.
the director of 2/3 of the Resident Evil franchise. But also the decent Mortal Kombat. I'll put that up there.
Does this character carry over into the direct-to-DVD spin-offs and they put him in a mask or something like that?
Well, that's the whole. So, okay, let me now nerd out about Death Race for a minute. So,
By all means.
the Jason Statham version is actually a sequel to the '70s film.
Oh god.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I
because
forgot.
the character is named Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Because they just keep killing the driver and putting the mask on somebody new.
Yeah, it's like the Phantom.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because it was David Carradine in the original film.
Yeah.
Fighting up against Sylvester Stallone in like a gangster outfit.
Right.
He was in that?
Yeah.
Pre Rocky Stallone.
Yep.
His pre Rocky career is
Death
very
Race. Death
very
Race was
bizarre.
Death Race 2000 was a Roger Corman movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Oh,
it was
and
cheaply
how?
made, very cheap.
And
oh,
how?
I kind of need to see
Roger
it now.
Corman Productions, the original Blumhouse.
Yeah, it's actually not bad. It's actually
It's like
cheap.
Twisted. It's like
cheap,
Twisted
but
Metal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what Twisted Metal
Oh,
came
I like
from.
okay.
Yeah.
That's why everyone saw the trailer for the first Death Race. They're like, "Oh, Twisted Metal movie? Okay, cool."
Yeah.
They had
And-
like rocket launchers and crap on the car. It's literally just Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
Not only that, they have actual power-ups on the street.
Yes.
That you roll over them and it turns on
Oh,
weapons in your
yeah.
car.
I haven't seen that in so long.
If you're going to do a video game movie, that's kind of the way
Well,
to do it.
apparently,
There you go.
at one point, the Crank guys were going to do a Twisted Metal movie.
Oh,
Oh, my God.
I would kill.
Yeah,
I would kill to
well,
see that.
and now it's on hold because the entire industry is closed down.
I will die to see it.
So, like,
And-
but it was
and-
like a recent thing, like it was going to happen till Corona?
They were supposedly in development, and now it's all been put on hold.
Did
Okay, well,
you
yeah.
see their zombie parent movie with Nick Cage?
No.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't even know this was a thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
the guys from Crank made a film hinging on the idea that sometimes in nature animals eat their young,
Uh-huh.
and some kind of virus spreads that turns on that thing inside of human beings, and so parents just start trying to murder their children.
I think I
Oh.
know what you're
What the
talking
hell
about,
is
but
this?
I didn't know that was the plot
Oh.
though.
And Nick Cage goes beyond full Nick Cage.
I need to see this
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
It is not a great film, but it is insane.
I
It
need
is.
to- I need
Oh,
to see it.
Now I got to pull that up.
I think it's on Hulu. I think.
Because I think I know what you're talking about, but
Gotcha.
I didn't know that was the specific
What is
plot.
it
I thought
called?
like the parents were just pissed at their kids.
No, yeah, it's like, and it's not very well spelled
On
out
brand
either.
for this show, we're not
Absolutely.
talking about Hobbs and Shaw because we hate this movie.
Um,
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
It took me 3 sittings to get through this movie. This movie is almost 2.5 hours long,
It's
and
true.
there's enough plot for what 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Sounds about
they had
right.
a nice.
This could have been like an episode of a TV show.
Yes.
This should not have been a 2.5 hour film. And
You're
also,
not
by the
wrong.
way, the credits are 10 minutes. The credits are 10 minutes
got a lot of effects
long.
to get
it's just called Mom and Dad.
Okay,
Okay,
that
cool.
was it.
Sorry,
This-
I wanted to
this-
put that out there.
Positives of this movie, like Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham, great chemistry.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Great chemistry. Just the script is so bad though.
If
It thinks it's funnier than it actually is.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, if you're gonna have a character specifically for exposition, making it Ryan Reynolds, not a bad way to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Like all the ideas are there. It's like they just didn't put enough time into making sure that it was right. It was
No,
like,
they put too much time because every single scene runs way too long.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it's like somebody telling a joke and then explaining the joke as they're telling
I
it.
have a theory that they didn't have much of a script, and they're like, "All right, you two get together and go." Because Ryan Reynolds, when he in his scene, he was doing his thing. He was doing his Ryan Reynolds thing, but like a lot of the jokes were like failing, and I was like, I know he can do better than that. I've seen him do better than that. Just give him a couple of more takes. But I really feel like they took just one take. Like when he was like, "They must be born without bones." It was like, that's the most basic answer you could have given with that one.
To quote Shakespeare, brevity is the soul of wit. Like it's like everything's funnier with a punchline. Just like don't drag a scene. Just like
Write the script.
Like 30 seconds to explain stuff. Perfect. Done. Like, but then this movie drags on. Like the diner scene is like what 5 minutes?
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty long.
They just circle the same conversation.
The
And
diner-
the ending
Yeah.
credits, like after the credits, is like they're circling the same conversation for another 2 minutes. Like it's a post-credit scene. 20 seconds.
They do two post-credit scenes of the
Two!
same scene. Of
They
the
th-
same
they think they're
scene.
Marvel.
It's the same scene. Like you don't need this.
The diner scene was directed by Paul Feig.
Ugh.
Oh man.
So I don't have any more positives. I don't.
That's
think.
really
no.
it. Like
Okay, no, I do.
Like I will say the stunts, the actual action scenes themselves.
Oh yeah,
In isolation, great.
Sure.
Stupid, dumb, but
So that's Fast and Furious.
clever.
yeah.
Clever. It just
Directed by the guy who's not Chad Stahelski in the first John Wick.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
discussed this
Yeah.
yesterday. That I think the divergence of Stahelski and David Leitch, like you can see, like one went full neon, the other went shades of asphalt.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, even when you
Like
watch
ev-
the first John Wick, you can tell who directed what in that
Oh
film.
yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
can just tell like, oh, Stahelski did all of the action scenes and David Leitch did all the dialogue scenes.
Yeah.
I like Stahelski better.
Oh, God.
Now that they've split
Yes.
up, I like
Yeah,
just
Stahelski, like
Stahelski's
I
better.
like it when a movie actually is visible and I can actually tell what's going on.
Right.
Yeah.
And you definitely get that
Doesn't
with the
look-
John Wick films.
Yeah, like the third one is like full on neon. Like
Oh,
look,
yeah.
look at the box art. It's
Yeah.
like it's
Mhm.
like orange.
Yeah.
Like whereas the box art for this is like gray and white.
Yeah.
Like it's so it's not ugly, it's just unappealing.
Yeah. I would really like to point out how similar the plot of this film is to the plot of Triple X Return of Xander Cage.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
I actually haven't seen that one yet. Only Triple X.
I did not see it.
They're almost the same movie.
The only reason I would actually want to watch it is because Ruby Rose, because she is goddamn gorgeous.
Also, Tony Jaa's in it. And
Oh.
I'll
Oh,
watch,
Tony Jaa's in it.
Yeah.
I'll watch
Oh,
anything
hey, okay,
he's
two
in.
reasons for me to
fun.
want to
Don-
watch it.
Donnie Yen's in it too.
Oh,
That's
really?
right. Yeah.
Even
Can,
more.
can we
Okay.
can we lump Vin Diesel into our amalgam human being?
See, we need a separate meathead version.
That does like half the
Meathead
cast of this
version.
movie. Then
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. That's all the Fast and Furious. Most of the Fast and Furious people.
They're movies for meatheads.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
what they are. you
What
know?
was it? TBS that like back in the '90s said movies for guys who like movies.
Oh.
So Spike
There you
TV.
go.
Yes.
Oh
Spike-
yeah, before we
Because
had
they-
Spike TV.
Because then they would do Roadhouse on a marathon.
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
Yeah. So
when are we getting a remake of Roadhouse?
We almost had one with Ronda Rousey.
I would be watching that. Yeah.
Well,
Ooh.
Can
but
she
that was
act?
also well. That
Yeah.
you saw Furious 7, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I did.
you saw
She was in it.
Expendables 3, right?
You've heard her do voice acting as Sonya in Mortal Kombat 11.
Oh.
Which,
Yeah.
to be fair, is better than her acting in Furious 7.
Yeah, no, that was she was only fought Letty in that one scene, right? That was it.
And that's
Nothing
that's
else?
all she had lines for, and she couldn't even get that
Jesus,
right.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
so glad you're here. These parties normally bore me. It's like, yeah, that's the take we'll go with. That was take 27. We'll go with it.
Do we have time for another?
more wood, Wanda.
I-
be more wood.
I know Gina Carano.
Mahogany.
I know Gina Carano is not a great actress, but
She's
she
not.
has personality.
She's gotten better.
yeah, but she's good on the Mandalorian.
She's very wooden in Fast and Furious 6,
She's
although
fine
still
in
better than Ronda
Mandalorian.
Rousey.
She's
She's
good
fine.
in Mandalorian. Like,
She's making progress.
even
Yeah.
even Haywire is not the best performance, but she
I could watch
carries
her. Yeah,
that
I can
movie.
watch her.
Yeah.
Well, also like the action scenes are like, hey, we're just gonna block it off on a tripod. Oh, that's awesome!
love that.
Right. That's so cool. I want more action scenes like that.
Yeah.
Like less camera movement. Just like let the scene play out. Great.
I want to know how you have a movie with Ewan McGregor, Michael Fassbender, and fucking
People.
Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
Three very charismatic actors, and
Yeah.
she's the like shining star of that film.
But that's the thing. Like, I remember when I saw the cast with her, I'm like, okay, I think I see what they're doing here. Like,
Yeah.
let's put a bunch of people you know,
And
have
then they're in
someone
very
that you
minor
kind of
roles.
know
Yeah,
as the
exactly.
lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say that is kind of a negative of that movie is that Fassbender is way underused. He's
Oh,
like
yeah, for real.
what 10 minutes? Like in
If
that
that.
case, I would say he's miscast.
Yeah, get
Absolutely.
somebody less important. I think she's a really good physical actor. She can do a lot of physical stuff, and you see her face.
Right.
Just when she delivers lines is when she has one kind of line delivery. But
But yeah, Mandalorian is proof that she's making progress.
Yeah,
I feel like with
agree.
Rousey, she's her voice acting as Sonya was
Fine.
okay. Like I feel like they probably had somebody in the booth where they're like, no, like this,
Right.
like that. Unlike Fury 7, where they're like, just come on, we gotta film the fight. That line's close enough.
we got time for another take? No, you did great, Rhonda. You were fantastic. All right. move on.
The Fast and Furious films, people aren't watching these movies for dialogue.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
And that's the problem here. This movie is mostly dialogue.
yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
problem with this film, is that they're trying to make an action comedy, very much akin to like another film that Dwayne Johnson did that I actually really like, The Rundown.
Yes.
I love the rundown.
I really like
Yes.
They were supposed to have a sequel, and they ended up not doing it because Peter Berg went off to do another film.
God
with
damn it.
But-
Mark Wahlberg probably.
Yeah, but
That was actually pretty okay.
which one?
Which one?
His new Netflix movie.
I didn't even know he did another.
With Mark Wahlberg, right?
The last thing I heard he
I
did
forgot
was
about that, yeah.
last thing I heard he did was Battleship, and I was like, nope, I'm
Oh,
done with
God,
this guy.
I forgot he did that.
Battleship.
Yeah, with
We
Wait,
just
yeah.
talked about that yesterday.
That was clearly a
Battleship.
movie of like, hey, I owe a lot of money on my taxes this year. Can we just do this to get some money real quick?
Wait, Mark
Right.
Wahlberg Battleship?
No,
Like-
no, no, no,
No,
no,
that
no, no, no,
Peter
no.
Berg directed
Oh,
Battleship.
Yeah.
okay.
That was
I thought you
clearly
were
just
talking
like
about
he
Marky
owed
Mark
money
still.
to somebody, and he needed to make money real quick.
with Gambit Carter in the lead.
and
Oh.
Rihanna.
And Rihanna, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, that was the era of everybody like on the poster just staring at a big thing.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
it's big and it's a fucking thing.
We
Yeah.
need
Just stare
to,
at it.
We need to loop the lead into the amalgamation because fuck, who is that?
Taylor
Generic.
Kitsch.
There you go.
Taylor
Whoever.
Kitsch, yeah,
Taylor
we-
Kitsch, yeah.
we
That's
discussed
poor
that
guy.
yesterday.
Him
He's
into the
per-
amalgamation.
Yeah.
He's not a bad actor. He's
Let's-
just generic.
that
That's why John Carter bombed.
Taylor Diesel. There you go. There's our second meathead. But yeah, like the rundown is like you have Dwayne Johnson and Sean William Scott play off each other really well.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
There is a lot of there's mostly dialogue in that film.
Yeah.
But the dialogue is so well written, and the jokes are fast,
Oh,
fast,
yeah,
fast.
absolutely.
Like
It's good pacing.
perfect.
What's it
Perfectly
called again?
paced film.
The Rundown.
It's really good. It's a from
Horribly
2000
overlooked. Like so
Very
many people,
overlooked.
Like I
It was
remember.
it was the early days of Dwayne Johnson, so the acting
Yeah.
from him is like,
Yeah.
His charisma
he's
carries
still
it.
very much the Rock
Yeah,
in that
right.
film.
It's
than
like
Dwayne Johnson.
it's like the early days of Schwarzenegger's films, where his his
Yes.
charisma is the character.
Yeah.
Whereas like in later films, like he started to take on like the actual character.
It's a donkey. He's looking at the pool.
That's the best.
Look
Oh,
at the donkey.
Oh, Arnie.
Come on, get
down
with the sickness.
Never change. Never change, Arnold.
But yeah, like this movie really wants to be like the Rundown or Tango and Cash, and
Yeah.
because the script is so unfunny, it completely sinks the movie. Like the action scenes in this film are like what? They're like 10 minutes long, but because you don't give a crap about anybody because the dialogue is so bad,
Yeah.
it sinks the entire film.
Well, that and like you said, there's no stakes. Like
Yeah, that's another problem. It's like
Well-
no one's getting hurt by any of this stuff.
There were stakes, but they didn't. I don't think they defined it well enough. Like
Yeah.
there was the virus and all that, but like,
Wait a minute. This is about the coronavirus.
oh, plot twist.
But yeah, like the virus is gonna erupt out of the capsules, literally ripped off from Escape from New York.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's Escape from New York. Why they'd even put a virus inside capsules anyways? Oh, because the movie needs to happen. Yeah, like you don't need that. It's just there for plot device.
well, that
Like the idea of like, oh, she'll be a carrier for the virus. Okay, well then your last resort, shoot her in the head. Done.
Right.
Like that's the problem. Like one person dies. Like, and I'm pretty sure that they would all eventually just agree. Like, okay, the virus is broken out now. It's like, okay, now
Also-
just go ahead and kill me.
Why didn't she just take the virus? Because she got away. She had to take it out to inject herself, right? You saw the injection. So sorry. So why didn't she just take the virus and leave and take it back to her office?
Say it with me, because the movie
Had
needed to
happen.
happen.
yeah. Speaking of plot,
What little of it there is.
well, there's weirdly simultaneously way too much and way too little because
Yeah.
I love when that happens.
about halfway through the movie, about a world-ending virus, the movie decides to say, also, the bad guys can control the whole internet. That's way more fucking frightening to me.
And they're not gonna talk about it anymore after that. After the one
Right.
scene. Yep. After they're like, "Hey, these are the bad guys," even though that never plays in either, because
Right.
they never have to run. All they have to do is like hide. It was for the joke. It's for the one joke, the Mike Hawk small joke.
Right.
yeah.
Yep. Great joke.
It's the same. It's the equivalent of Mike Hunt jokes.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent.
Edited by Mike Hunt.
Mahad Johnson.
But yeah, it's like the comedy level of this movie is like a child wrote this. And that's the problem. Is like smarter writers would have been better.
And
Like
the Fast and Furious films aren't really action comedies. They have comic relief moments.
Right.
So
Yeah.
doing a spinoff where tonally you're shifting more towards comedy. I mean, there were a lot of comic moments when he's saving the baby in the 8th film.
yeah.
But it's more comic relief over the entire movie.
Well, and that's 100% to make people forget that he killed Han.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or so we thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Justice for Han.
And that
Who
brings
the
up the
fuck
question,
knows?
like, who is this movie made for? Like, you're shifting away tonally from the franchise that it's most well known for,
Right.
and then you're trying to sell it as like a spin-off following these two characters that are in no way interacting with the main characters at all from the main storyline in this film.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's tonally changed, story-wise it's changed. You introduce Black Superman for some reason. Like,
Yeah.
who is this movie made for?
And I love that apparently that line was originally Black James Bond, and Idris Elba was like, no.
Yeah.
like,
He's
I ain't
will
stepping
not.
I ain't going into that minefield. Nope.
Yeah.
That's
Nope.
hilarious.
But
I'll
yeah.
say Black Superman. I ain't saying Black James Bond.
Wait,
Yeah.
we
It's
were
like-
in positives, weren't we?
There's nothing to talk about. The movie looks fine, and it's got sound and music. That's it.
That's kind of the,
I-
the joke of the show now is let's do positives and then shit on the movie.
It's
That's
got
hilarious.
sound and music.
It does have sound and
This
music.
got
that is true.
got some nice music on the soundtrack, I guess.
Was this also Brian Tyler?
Yes, I think it's Brian Tyler.
Well, there you
of
go.
course.
If
I
we
like
hit
the
a
way-
film, if Brian Tyler did the score, we have one positive.
I like the way it started. It was the sound in the bottle, and then the
But
use the Jim Croce
version, not that horse shit that they actually had in the film.
And the idea, like, oh, they couldn't afford the rights. Bullshit. This movie had like a $200 million budget.
Oh.
Seriously,
this
it was
movie
fun.
had, they
I'm-
had the money.
I'm sure
Yeah.
it was the same budget as X-Men Days of Future Past,
Yes.
which used the real Jim Croce
Yeah.
version of the song.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, when my dad watched it, he's like, oh, God, what is this shit? What are they doing to the song? Like, he loves Jim Croce.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
he heard that version of the song, he's like, yeah, I'm with you, Dad. I don't know
of
what this is.
speaking of tonally inconsistent, that opening is totally different from the rest of the movie.
God.
the
Anybody else find it weird that Jason Statham's sister also works for MI6? Like an international terrorist, his sister works for MI6.
Well,
Nobody questions that. Nobody like
Wow.
trying to. You know what? I take it back. Trying to discuss plot holes in this fucking movie is fucking pointless.
So I feel like
It's like trying to discuss like the ins and outs of like every Marvel movie and how they have serious issues all the way through.
So
Like, it doesn't
here's-
fucking matter.
Here's my theory, and I feel like this is always a tricky thing whenever you try to plant seeds for future films. I feel like the whole thing with Cypher in the 8th film, Charlize
Yes.
Theron's character,
Yeah.
I feel like she's the reason why
I've
Statham...
never seen it, so I'm gonna zone out for a bit.
There you go. She's the reason why Statham was a quote-unquote villain previously. Like, there's already implications of that in the 8th film, so I'm thinking that's going to be their retcon to go, oh, I only had to attempt to kill Han because she would have
I
killed
hate
somebody
it.
on
I
my
hate
end.
It. I hate it.
That's
Stop
what they're going to do.
walking-
That's what they're going to
stop
do.
walking shit back. Make him own it.
That's
Damn
what
it.
they're going to do in the 9th movie. They're low-keying
Please, no.
Shaw.
Please
I'm
don't.
calling it now.
they are no, they're going to pull a full Spectre. It is going to be a
Yeah.
full. This villain, who's Vin Diesel's brother,
That too.
Yeah.
it has been
Yeah.
connected to all of this whole time.
Yeah.
The unseen male voice character is going to turn out to be Charlize
no.
Theron
Oh wait.
with
Yeah.
like some kind of like
Yeah.
voice modulator.
yeah, you're probably right. You're probably
Because
exactly
I could
right.
tell, like, by the end of the 8th film, they were setting her up to be the arch nemesis to finish up the franchise.
Right.
Like, for the last 3 films, she will be an overarching nemesis.
Finish the franchise like a fucking company is gonna
Finish
walk
the
away from
fights.
money.
No, they'll still do spin-offs. Like,
Oh,
the,
yeah.
the 10th one is allegedly the last main film.
Isn't it like
but
part
spin-offs.
1 and 2?
Yep, it is.
That
That's
was a
what they said.
rumor.
Are, like,
that hasn't been
are you
confirmed.
fucking kidding me?
That
Like-
hasn't been confirmed. I don't give a shit if I just spike this.
He's
But that was a rumor because Vin Diesel also says other stupid
But
shit.
you know it's happening.
So-
They're end gaming it just like they wanted to end game Star Wars. Everybody wants to be end game. Everybody wants to end.
But there's
like
also
that.
been enough other films that were supposed to be 2 parts that have also bombed. Like, look at the
That was
Divergent
before
series.
Endgame.
Justice
Look at the
League.
Divergent series. Look at
Justice
Justice
League.
League. What else? There's another one that had like a part 1, and they never did a part 2. I forgot what it was.
Speaking of, did y'all hear what they were supposed to do with Justice League?
Throw it in a trash can.
Yeah, just burn it.
Slight aside, Kevin Smith said, he plugged in behind the scenes. He said Justice League is supposed to happen. They fight Steppenwolf, beat him. Then Darkseid comes, wipes the floor with Justice League.
This is where he's describing like he saw the work print of the movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Darkseid shows up.
Yeah,
and, like,
and
there's 7 other characters. Yeah, I've
then
heard
they
that.
go to Apocalypse
sucking
to
Zack
fight him.
Snyder's dick on stage. I've seen that
Yeah.
shit. It's so self-indulgent, and it's just such a
That's
pathetic excuse.
Such a Zack Snyder move. I could definitely see him making these movies. But
We talked about this yesterday. He's self-financing a final cut of the film.
Is he?
He is.
Huh.
That's why he had that photo of those film canisters. He got the film canisters.
Also,
because
339 minutes. God fucking damn it!
Is it real? No.
Yes.
Zach.
Yes.
Please.
Just cut that into two
and,
movies.
and that's why
Fine.
I'm saying like. The reason Warner Brothers did not want... We're tangenting. I'll explain this. We're going to go over this again.
It's what we do.
In 2 weeks, we're going to do this again on BVS. But the reason for this is because Warner Brothers doesn't want to do a final cut because it's like, why dump money into a movie that we know is bad?
Yeah.
So it doesn't look them like if they finish the film and it turns out to be bad, they lose a lot of money and it just makes them look worse.
Mm-hmm.
If they finish it and it's really good, they look bad for firing him.
Bingo.
Right? The only option
lose-lose.
is here. You want the film? Take it. We don't want it. So if he finishes it himself, and they use that as the ploy to drag people over to HBO Max, where they're going to move all the DC Universe stuff.
Yeah.
And it gets fans to watch it, no matter good or bad.
Yeah, that's
It's
a good
all
idea.
on him.
That's a good idea for Warner
People are going to
Brothers.
see it out of just sheer curiosity.
Yeah,
let's
exactly.
be honest.
I need
Even
to
if it's a
know. It's not
dumpster
gonna be
fire,
good. It's
people
not
are
gonna
going
be
to
good.
check it out.
Yeah.
It's not going to be good. There's no way.
No, and even then, it won't be totally done because even though they're shooting new scenes, it won't be like high quality. There will
Yeah, you
still be
can't-
like
That's a
work print
lot
stuff,
of money.
unfinished visual effects, unfinished music, unfinished sound. It won't be totally done because to finish that would cost like $30 to $40 million.
Yeah, that's a whole
And
lot of money.
It's probably going to be even more hodgepodge than the Richard Donner cut of Superman 2.
It would be
because-
more like X-Men Origins, what we just discussed yesterday.
Yeah.
It'd be more like that work print where it's like it's clearly not done, but it's kind of sort of done.
So shockingly, I never saw
Yeah.
the infamous work print
yeah, me
of
neither.
Wolverine.
No, you fucking gave it to me.
Wolverine?
Yes, you fucking gave it to me, you idiot.
No.
Yes, you
I
did.
did not.
Yes, you
and
did.
calling me an idiot's
Was
not going to
not.
help your case either.
You
Was not.
did.
I did not.
Who the hell gave me the work
It
print?
wasn't me. I've never seen. I've heard about it for years.
Somebody gave me the work
I
print.
gave you another work print. I'm just not going to say which one.
I know. Oh, yeah,
because
you gave me that one.
Because if a company wants to come after me, it's like, oh, you're part of the reason why this bombed. Like, yeah, aside from the fact that it was a bad movie.
Yeah.
But we're not going to say which movie that was.
And you
but,
gave it a higher rating than I did.
Can I guess?
Well, that was usually not on here.
Oh Jesus!
Someone
had to review it.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't remember who it was. Somebody gave me the work print.
Thank you. Now pull back your idiot comment.
Okay, I
dipshit.
take it back. I'm sorry. Maybe
You're not Bud Abbott, goddammit.
who the hell gave me the work print for War Urgins? I don't
Me.
remember.
Someone at Fox. They were
Me
just very
from the future to
disgruntled.
set up this fight.
10 years ago, like over 10 years ago, but life is a blur.
Oh my god.
I mean, this year has lasted 10 years so far. Let's be honest.
Everyone's like, oh, 2020 is going to be the year where we make it all
Oh my
change.
God.
Oh, man.
Well, kind of.
What is going to happen to the children when they live through all of this?
Think of the children.
And like they're just going to be desensitized to everything.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
It's like that meme from Rick and Morty. Like, bitch, I lived through crisis.
I live tweeted crises. Listen.
Oh my god.
So Hobbs and Shaw.
That movie. Yep.
Do you have more positives before I move on? I don't want to. This is
well,
your film, so I wanted to.
You all hit all the positives. I just wanted to say overall, when I first watched it, I enjoyed it. Every other watch after that was exponentially less enjoyable.
Yeah.
because
you
I
realize
wanted,
there's no stakes.
Yeah, I went in and I wanted to like it,
Just
and I was in
chicken.
my place. In the place I was, I really needed that fun, and it was great. But then when I was like, "This is great," let me take other people. So they're like, "Oh, that was fun." I was like, "Was it?" I think it was. It was. It's fun if you can skip it. Let's say, like, if you have control over the. Over
If
what
you have a
watch.
chapter skip function, perfect.
Yeah, then it's fun.
And that's why you need a fan edit at this
because
point.
there was
Yeah.
so much like all the pieces were there, and so many setups for jokes were there, but they just none of the punchlines landed, and then all the pieces were like, let's just do things, guys. Let's not like plan it out beforehand. Let's just
Kevin
get
Hart
there.
shows
Did you
up
get enough?
because he's friends with Dwayne Johnson.
Yep.
Like
Yeah,
this
like
is
it's-
clearly a movie that was made by, hey, wouldn't it be great if this showed up or that
Yeah,
showed up?
exactly.
This is like what happens
Wouldn't it be
if
great?
fandom gets out of control.
Exact-
Like the
that's
people that
exactly
make the
it.
movie are fans of their own stuff and just put their own fandom in the film.
That's
Like
how the
this is
fan
not
cut.
the way you make a film.
That's how the fan cut of The Last Jedi would have turned out.
Ooh.
Like a bunch of wouldn't this be cool moments that aren't actually part of the story, aren't actually part of a story.
And I haven't seen it yet, but doesn't that basically sum up Rise of Skywalker?
Yes.
Yes,
that
that's
is the
exactly what it
entirety-
is.
That is a
And
fan
they're still
version.
fucking doing it. They're
know-
still changing shit. Stop. Just leave it. Just leave it.
This movie
Please.
is so middling. It either go as self-serious as the regular series, which
Yeah.
is just like family.
right. right.
Yeah, the
Do
movie, like
that.
the ending of the movie is it's all about family. Like all these
Like
movies
no, the
are-
mainline films are, and
Yeah,
even that's
but
barely.
then this ends with Dwayne Johnson standing there like he's been rejoined with his family. And I put in our group chat, it's all about family. Blow me.
I remember. I saw
Like
that.
shoving in that sentimental bullshit. I hate it so much.
That's Dom's thing. Let's be honest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it either needs to be like that, where all the humor comes from like a humorous character added in,
Yeah.
or it should have gone full Kingsman. This should
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
been just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
R-rated, off the wall, just fucking
or
like
crazy
Tango and
shit.
Cash.
Craziness.
Like even though Tango and Cash is a mess of a movie, it's way more fun to watch.
True.
Exactly.
Very true.
Yeah,
And
just
I
make
was
it
waiting
fun.
for the bad English song to start at the very end of the movie. Ow! they just do like the high five and then the
Oh,
music
God.
starts.
Right.
I was waiting for that to happen. I was like, I didn't get it.
That's
And I was
basically how it
I was
ended.
very disappointed.
Yeah.
I mean, ironically, we have Kurt Russell in the Fast and Furious universe, so that wouldn't have been too far fetched.
A
Was it
relatively
literally
big
only
player
Ryan
too, which is crazy.
Yeah, 7 and 8. He's in both of those.
Yeah, and he's a
Is-
pretty
isn't
big
he like?
player. It's weird.
Isn't he called like Nobody?
Mr.
Or,
Nobody.
Like he doesn't
Yeah.
really have an identity.
Yeah.
So
It's just a dude.
I pulled him in this
Just a
pitch
dude
actually.
disguised as a dude.
I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
Have you ever seen the 10-minute uncut version of that scene
Yes.
where they're just running the lines back
Oh,
and
yes.
God.
forth?
It's on the Blu-ray.
No.
yeah.
Yep.
That is amazing.
Put
That-
that in the
that's
short
the-
film
but they
group
knew how
chat.
to edit it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a time when it's like unlike Ghostbusters 2016.
Right?
That's a time when improv is a good idea.
Right.
Like
Right.
these two actors that have perfect chemistry.
Yep.
Let them just play off each other for about 10 minutes and let them do their own lines.
Yeah.
And then just like, okay, play around. Like
Yeah.
they've already got the lines. Now do whatever you want to do. We'll see if it's better.
That being
Exactly.
said, don't make the same mistake I did back in late 2008 when the film came out on Blu-ray. Don't watch the director's cut.
Oh,
is it not good?
It's,
Yeah, well, no,
it's
it's-
very bloated.
Wait,
Yeah.
who directed it again?
Ben-
It was
Ben
Ben
Stiller.
Stiller. Ben Stiller.
Ben
Oh,
Stiller.
oh.
The
Oh, good job, Ben.
theatrical
Yeah.
cut, theatrical cut. I feel like is more streamlined. There are some
Yeah.
decent moments. There's like
Yeah.
there's one really good shut the fuck up moment from Jack Black in the director's cut.
A lot of the
Um,
a lot of the director's cut stuff is actually the end credits, like the little gags you didn't
Oh,
see.
yeah, I like
A
those,
lot of
the
stuff
end
is they
credits.
put it back into the cut. It's like
Okay.
it's like the theatrical cut of Lord of the Rings versus the extended cut.
Yeah.
A
Right.
lot of that is just padding.
Yeah,
It's not
right.
really
It's
necessary.
It's
not
still
necessary.
entertaining. It's worth watching once, but then go
You
back
don't-
to the
yeah.
theatrical cut. I mean,
kinda-
it's sad because the theatrical cut never came out on Blu-ray. It was only on DVD. But I think you can actually stream the theatrical cut in HD on like Vudu and Movies Anywhere.
Yeah.
So it's in HD. You just can't buy it physically, sadly.
Yeah.
But or you can just re-edit from the director's cut. Although there's one alternate line I think somewhere in there from Robert Downey Jr. But I can't remember what it was. But it was like early in the film. So yeah, there's like an alternate take in there as well too.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
it's tricky.
Yeah.
It's tricky.
Same rating though. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
they're all R-rated cuts. So I'm like,
Yeah.
why not just have both of them? Like, why not? Some movies do that. They put the theatrical and they put the director's cut in there. Like RoboCop does
should.
that. You have
Yeah.
a Blu-ray. You have
That's
the
the
theatrical
option.
and the director's cut.
Sometimes, also I think it was in like the early era of Blu-ray, and I think they're still trying to figure out how to do like seamless branching on Blu-ray. Like DVD, they're already been doing that for years, but Blu-ray, like we're not quite sure how to do it yet. So, because it was like 2008 when it came out, so it was still pretty early for Blu-ray. So,
Yeah.
I mean, now you can do seamless branching, although a lot of times they just cheat and they just have two different video files on the Blu-ray. It's like, yeah, we can fit it. It's fine. So,
Enough space.
Yeah.
Hobbs and Shaw.
This movie.
This
That
this
movie.
film.
Mm-hmm.
This is not how you do a spinoff.
No.
Nope.
It is not.
I'd like to discuss the similarities between this and the last episode you were on. The pacing of this film is oddly similar to the Transformers movies in that there's about 90 minutes of plot, and
You're
then it
right.
goes,
Oh my
oh,
god.
we need a 45-minute action sequence at
Oh
the
my
end.
God.
Yeah.
The thing
That is so over the top, and there's like no stakes, and it violates laws of physics,
It's like
violates
The
laws
Rock
of
just
gravity. He literally
he wanted to go to
grabs a helicopter. Like, I can understand Captain America doing that. The Rock,
He's basically Captain
he's
America, though.
huge, yes, but he's still a person.
Right.
Is he?
And
Are
that's-
they at this point?
But that's what I was getting to. Like, these are basically superhero movies. These are superhero movies. Like any other person would be dead instantly from all this stuff. Like the Rock jumps out a window, lands on a guy that's running down the side of a building on a wire, knocks him off, jumps to the next guy, lands on him, knocks him off, flies into an elevator, flies back, lands on Idris Elba, falls through a skylight on an awning, and then gets back up like it's no big thing.
Yep.
Nothing but net.
And also, like,
not a single injury.
And they establish Idris Elba is able to punch through fucking steel. Why is it that whenever The Rock or Jason Statham are getting punched, their brains aren't exploding?
Okay, yeah, that pissed me off.
Like you establish he's Black Superman, yet they're able to somehow fight him. Like he could kill them instantly.
And the fact that all it took to take him down was a couple of hits and start messing up his little his ocular thing. Like, what the hell? He was beating on them all movie. They got up just fine. No,
He
not a
can't
problem.
focus on more than one thing at a time. Like that's not
a
how
huge design flaw.
That's not how computers work.
Can't multitask.
That's a big and even if he couldn't, he's still a trained MI6 agent.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
multitask.
Yeah.
So let's break the plot of this movie down. How did we get here?
Good luck breaking this plot down, dude. I lost track of it.
Here's the plot of this movie. Bishop from Crisis 1, 2, and 3
Wow.
is trying to steal a virus, and Jason Statham's sister, I can't even remember her name, Hattie shows up to stop him and is successful in that she's able to get the virus into herself to escape.
Makes sense.
Why? Why not just carry it?
Well,
Because movie.
you see, you have to put stakes in your action movie.
No matter how bullshit they are, but go ahead and do it.
So she leaves, and somehow The Rock and I can't Hobbs and Shaw, the title characters. I'm like,
they're just playing themselves.
yeah.
They're just
Yeah.
playing themselves. Like at this
Yeah.
point, the on-screen personas are literally the same thing as the person.
He's not like, but he isn't Hobbs in the sense that Hobbs was in the Fast and Furious
Oh,
movies.
not
Like,
at
he's
all.
Not, he's not Hobbs at all. And
I would know because I've never seen them.
well,
well,
he's not.
like he's a detective.
Yeah.
In
and
the
he's-
mainline movies, he's
and he-
like
He's a
fig-
detective?
He's
Yeah.
trying to figure out where.
And yet he's like carrying like Gatling guns and
Yes.
shit.
Well,
Like what?
yes.
He's
Oh,
a- he's
fuck
an
it. I don't
agent.
care. Whatever.
He's an agent, a DSS agent, but like
Jesus.
he solves things like that.
And by the way, like they established like Etion, is that the name of the company?
Etion.
Okay, worst name for a company.
Oh yeah.
Terrible. Doesn't roll off the tongue at all. So they established they're an international terrorist organization, and everybody knows of their existence. Why is it like the CIA and MI6 and Interpol are not like descending upon this facility
Wait.
right away if everybody knows where it is?
I thought they were a tech company.
But you
I
know
don't
what
know,
company?
But they
I don't know. They didn't establish that
apparently
either.
employ terrorists to work for them.
Right.
Yeah.
Why is it that like everyone's not like attacking them immediately?
And we shouldn't be confused. Like, tell us what it is, how it works, why.
Yeah,
you
what
know,
the
give
fuck
us-
do they do?
Yeah.
Like, is any of this shit in any of the other movies?
No, this
this
is
is
That's
totally
that's
new.
another problem. Like,
Totally
none
new.
of this shit was set up. So therefore, just jumping into it with like Black Superman. Start out with his backstory.
right.
Give me some reason to give a shit about my villain.
Yeah.
But instead, we just have Idris Elba, and I like him. Please don't die from coronavirus. We need you, dude.
Yeah, I love Idris.
Like, he's better than this movie. Like, you were on the fucking wire. Like, you are a fucking great actor.
Mhm.
I think he's just did this because it's like, hey, I could get paid really
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, probably his kids wanted to do it or something.
It's like, oh God, it's like he's so much better than this movie.
Huh.
So much better than this movie. All these people are like better than this material.
Yeah, the cast is great. I love the
Just
cast.
give them good writing. Like the writers of this film should be taken out behind a shed and shot.
Jesus.
And then they
So
we're not
angry.
I'm
advocating
serious.
murder.
Like,
we're not advocating
like
murder.
this is like an embarrassment. Like these guys are so much better than this
Now,
material.
let's not forget that Helen Mirren also has another cameo.
Helen
Yeah.
Mirren
Oh
is
my
in here.
God. Yeah. Like
she is in here.
She's a fucking Oscar
well,
winner.
it's because she
Like,
wants to bang Vin Diesel
It's true.
in real life.
Yeah. That's true.
Has that
Um,
been a step?
oh,
Never mind.
Oh yeah, the whole reason she joined the mainline series is because
She wanted to flirt with Vin Diesel.
she is like in love with Vin Diesel.
Oh.
And Vin Diesel is a fan of hers too. So
Oh, absolutely.
there you
Well,
go.
Is there anybody that's not a fan of hers? Is there anybody's like, oh, I hate Helen Mirren? Like, there's literally nobody on this planet that does not like Helen Mirren.
By the way, speaking of which, if you like read between the lines, because when people finally discovered that, my God, Keanu Reeves,
shockingly actually has a girlfriend, and she just like when you look at her really quick.
Oh yeah,
even
looks
though
like Helen Mirren.
Yeah, look.
And she was flattered by that.
Yeah. She was very flattered by that. She's like, oh, I'm sure she's a very lucky woman. I was like, read between those lines. She wants the Keanu as well.
If you want the real,
She just wants a 3-way with Keanu and Vin Diesel. Let's be honest.
I stand a horny Helen Mirren.
Honestly, yes, Queen. Get your nut off, Queen. Go ahead.
Hi, CJ. CJ jumped in the chat.
Hey,
What's up, CJ?
is Keanu Reeves the coolest human being
Without trying.
without even trying?
Oh,
Like he was
As
so
long as he
oblivious.
doesn't try.
He was so oblivious to the E3 thing when he came out there.
He didn't even realize. Like,
No.
I have fans. And, like,
love
dude,
him.
you are fucking Keanu Reeves.
it's kind of
Like, you are
adorable,
I
awesome.
actually.
love Keanu. I do.
It's like, you're breathtaking. Like, you didn't know what to say. That was great. I loved it.
No,
That's
I love the meme of him like shrunk down.
yes.
Yeah. That's great.
He's so
Great.
great. He's so great.
Very true.
So the plot of this movie:
Good luck.
Hobbs and Shaw get involved.
Yeah, that's it.
Context.
I'd like why.
We need them. Why?
So much sexual tension between them. They get involved.
Right. They get involved.
They've had sexual tension since Fury 7.
Yeah.
And then our villain Brixton Lore. Speaking of things that don't roll off the tongue,
You know what a good company name is that rolls off the tongue? Siemens.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
it is.
It is.
Yeah,
And that's how they pronounce
it's
it.
realistic.
Thanks, guys.
A 12-year-old wrote this movie.
So
Like I said, take him out behind a shed and shoot him.
No, Siemens is an actual company.
yeah,
Was that- was-
S-I-E-M-E-N-S.
I don't even know if that was in this fucking movie.
No,
It took
it's a real
three.
company.
It took 3 sittings to get through this fucking thing.
Jesus.
so Idris Elba shows up to kidnap Hattie to get the virus out of her, which apparently he doesn't do immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because he takes so much time that Hobbs and Shaw can go on vacation to see his ex-girlfriend, who is our goddess, Lord and Savior.
Oh, that happened. I forgot about that part.
Isaac Rodriguez.
No, Isaac Gonzalez.
Gonzalez.
Our wonderful mistress, Lord and Savior, Isaac Gonzalez, who appears for one scene.
True.
We worship
And
at
then
her feet.
never again.
How have I seen like 4 of her films in the last month?
She's
watched-
putting in work.
I watched
Yeah.
Lita Battle Angel. I watched
yeah.
Bloodshot. I watched this, and I watched something else.
Paradise Hills.
Yep.
Paradise Hills.
Wait,
4 movies with
is
her.
she she's not Alita, is she?
No, she's not Alita. She's
no,
one
she's
of the
one of the
villain.
machines
Yeah.
that track her down.
Yeah,
That gets
yeah.
Her
she's
head
like the,
caved in.
she's the Christoph Waltz's ex, right?
Something.
No. That's Jennifer Connelly.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'm mixing up my girls. Sorry.
It's fine.
No. She was the one. Speaking of which, why wasn't Alita R-rated?
It needed to be.
It needed to be.
It
It
needed
needed to be shorter,
Was
too.
it not
It's
R-rated?
2.5 hours. Look, Rodriguez, dude, I get it. You really like your movies, but Jesus
Especially for
Christ,
barely
none
a
of your movies.
story.
Do we blame Rodriguez or Cameron for that?
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
Cameron was
good
one
point.
from the 90s, he wanted to direct it. But
Yeah.
at this point, since he's working on Avatar 872, that he
Not
decided
anymore.
to produce it. True.
Not anymore.
Although he could probably be doing post on some of those in some capacity.
Cameron does like to stuff his movies, but at least he stuffs it with like shit. There's a lot of stuff in there.
Well, there's a lot of stuff in the manga too. Sorry.
Thank
Whatever.
you. Thank you, Seth.
Pronounce it correctly, goddammit.
There's a lot of stuff in the mango.
Nah. Wow, we're not even halfway through the plot of this film. So
Yeah.
they go on vacation to visit an ex-girlfriend to find out where to get the thing that extracts the virus.
As you do.
Even though they would have known that right away because MI6 knows where the virus is, why wouldn't they know where the way to get the virus, out of you is
Right.
located?
They
And they
think she was-
specifically have a device to pull it out of someone's blood.
Yes.
Why?
I think the idea was that's how they
Why?
wanted to
You create a
transport it.
biological weapon because you don't want a cure.
Right.
That's what a weapon is. To annihilate.
What was
Did
it,
they ever
man?
clear up who made the virus?
No.
Wasn't it that guy, or did he only make the delivery system?
He made the delivery
Yeah.
system
So
But-
then no, they didn't.
But why would you want a cure for that?
to control it, I guess.
Yeah.
Ransoms.
This
Cause,
is-
well, 'cause
okay,
it would take
Specifically
over,
for
they said
just
it was,
one person at a time, huh?
Also, this is
I don't
how
know.
you know that coronavirus is not a conspiracy theory because so
There are
many
so
world
many people-
leaders have it.
Yeah.
Sorry,
There's
there's no Illuminati. There's no conspiracy.
so many people are like, oh, they're using
And the
this-
Illuminati's listening. Oh, thank God.
Tom Hanks.
The Freemasons
They
are
bought
thinking.
it.
The Freemasons are like, oh, thank God, Our
They bought
secrets
it.
are safe.
We had to sacrifice Tom Hanks for it, but they bought it.
Oh,
Ooh.
no, he recovered. He recovered.
Oh, good.
He's
Yeah.
good. He's good now.
It's recoverable.
You
well,
can
yeah,
rec-
not literally sacrifice.
Yeah,
Like,
you can recover.
said he was discharged. I thought he died.
oh, man.
Jesus.
Oh, man.
So then they get captured.
As you
They
do.
being all the characters
Yeah.
at one point are
like-
captured.
Can we talk about like the scene where they go through the 2 separate rooms?
Sure.
Like, okay,
Do you mean the whole trailer?
where it's like the rooms that
yeah.
are side by side to each
Yeah.
other, and like
Yep.
literally there is nothing in either of those rooms.
Right.
They're just a hallway.
Yeah.
It only exists to have a joke
Mhm.
of like Dwayne Johnson takes out one guy and then Jason Statham takes out like 10 guys.
Yeah.
It only exists for a joke, and the joke goes on for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And the whole time he's like, access denied, access denied. The whole time I'm thinking, just go back around and go to the other door. The other one opened up.
Yeah.
Right.
That's true. But you needed a joke.
Like, that would have been a funnier joke. Be like, access denied, and then he just goes into the other room. And then he's just like, oh, you couldn't get through the other door? Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's a funnier joke because it's quick.
Yeah.
Instead of watching him go back to grab another guy. Like,
Literally every guy.
this
in
is
the room.
that is the entire movie.
Yeah.
Padding.
Yep.
Padding because, hey, we like Dwayne Johnson and we like Jason Statham. Like, I like them in short spurts.
Well, you see,
Use
the
them
wall
correctly.
the wall
Use
between them is a metaphor for the wall between them.
Shut up. They're the same person.
And then they go and they get captured in the next room anyways.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah. So it felt like nothing. There was no point.
There
Yeah.
is literally no point.
Especially when it's so easy to do something smart like they wanted to get captured to get closer
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
because they're superheroes that can break out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and like the twist of like how there was like 4 or 5 movies like 5 or 6 years ago that was like, hey, the villain got captured on purpose. What if the good guys got captured on purpose?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That was 6. And 7? No, he didn't get captured in 7. But 6 he got captured on purpose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that was recent. That wasn't that long ago.
Just do it again and say like, oh, I've tried this before.
Hey, there's a callback to the other
There's
series.
a callback to the other series. That works. Like I said, like the script writer should be just shot.
So,
This is like did these writers work on the other films?
oh, I don't know.
I don't think so. It doesn't
That-
seem like it.
That there you go.
We're assuming that there was writers on this, and this isn't the algorithm that.
This is the
That's
algorithm
exactly what
that
it
Warner
seems
Brothers
like.
created in
This
order
is
to
the test.
program movies.
This was the test for the algorithm.
Hey guys, it didn't work.
Hey, you know what? I just realized now that the entire film industry is shut down, they're going to use that algorithm to make animated movies.
No.
Isn't that like the whole YouTube?
Surprise! They knew about it the whole time. Illuminati confirmed.
Isn't that the whole conspiracy on YouTube for the weird kids channels
Oh,
that are like
God.
it's all like created by machine
Those things are
learning?
creepy AF.
Yeah, it's like
Jesus.
SpongeBob and Elsa.
It's like early
Spider-Man.
early days of Skynet.
Because it's just like looking for search results for things kids like, and it's
Yeah.
like put it all in there, and now do something.
Yeah.
It's weird.
They're really weird.
Robert Rodriguezing your animated kids films. Like we'll just take whatever works.
So let's finish this plot. They
Do you
get
want to hear about the writer real quick?
oh absolutely.
The writer is Drew Pearce and another guy who has no I can't click on. But Drew Pearce, known for co-writing Iron Man 3 and for writing Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation and Hotel Artemis, and he directed Hotel Artemis. Actually,
Oh, so he's the action scene writer. He's the guy who goes.
He does the action
Let's do
scenes.
set pieces and then
Yep.
find a way to string them together.
That
Because
sounds
Rogue
about right.
Nation is actually a good film. I actually like Rogue Nation. I saw it in the theater. It was really good.
I've seen.
It's
I've
really
seen it.
good.
that was that 4 or 3.
That
Rogue Nation
was-
is 4. No, Ghost Protocol's 4. Rogue
Ghost
Nation's-
Protocol's 4. Rogue Nation is 5.
They're
They're too cool for
Okay.
numbers
Okay.
after 3.
And then
I like
Fallout is 6, and now they're doing a 7th one, I guess. Now,
yeah.
But now that everything's shut down, who the fuck?
Well, until Tom Cruise dies. See, Tom Cruise can't get coronavirus
All right,
because
so-
he was shed of all the midi-chlorians or what.
Jesus Christ.
What are those? What are they called? Thetons?
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
Oh,
All right, so
gosh.
I'm gonna course correct this. Believe it or not, Chris Morgan is the main writer,
That's who I couldn't
Who-
click on him.
which is weird because he did write the other Fast and Furious films.
Oh.
So
'Cause they're
he
showing-
did the plot, and they brought in another writer to write the action scenes, and the two of them
Probably
had
never met.
2 separate ideas about what they wanted to do, and David Leitch just kind of said, "No, whatever."
Yeah.
They
Like this,
probably never
this
met.
movie. To say this movie was directed is a stretch.
A bunch of scenes, like they just wanted to show off. They had some good,
It's
good
just
shots,
scenes.
good scenes.
It's just
and
scenes. There's no
not
connective
strung
tissue.
together.
Also, I'm gonna lump The Rock in with Adam Sandler. He makes movies to go on vacation,
Yeah.
literally
Yeah, he
just to
has not
fly
stopped.
home and see his family.
He has not stopped.
And that's the thing, like so many of Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's our generation's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
True.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why
but-
you have that moment in the rundown where he bumps into him and Arnold says, "Have
yeah,
fun."
yeah, have fun. He's
That's
like,
exactly what
like
that moment is.
passing in the torch.
Yep.
But it's like, here's the problem, like Schwarzenegger's movies, like they're still pretty good. They hold
Yeah.
up. I mean, like they're not great, but they hold up pretty well. The Predator is a fantastic film, but then you
Yes.
look at Raw Deal and it's like, it's kind of crappy, but it's got some good moments.
Is that the
in
one
it.
where he's the firefighter?
No,
That's collateral damage.
That's collateral damage. Like,
Yeah.
Raw Deal is one where he's like an agent taking on
Like
Soviet Union,
Russians?
Russians. It's got
It was the 80s, guys.
Yeah, it was the
But
80s.
not Red Heat, where
Right.
he was
Not-
Russian.
yes.
With a very wonky Russian accent.
Yeah.
You have an Austrian accent converging with a Russian accent.
Yeah.
Why
And
even
him
try?
doing his best Ivan Drago
Yeah,
impression.
but-
thought we
right down
agreed.
to the hair.
But you compare it to like this, and you've got like Rampage and Skyscraper, and it's just like this garbage movie. And it's like-
Rampage, a film that everyone was clamoring for on a game that most people don't remember unless you are a gamer.
yeah,
I remember playing that at Pizza Hut in Hagerstown.
Nice. Or if you buy the arcade one of Rampage
There,
cabinet.
there you go. So let's end this movie.
So what's the rest of the plot?
Yeah.
So the rest of the plot is I skipped the part about where they control the internet because although frightening, not really involved in the plot.
Not at all.
Now they're on the run. They got the virus out, or they are on a ticking clock to get the virus out.
Yeah, it
They
They
takes
say
as they
like,
are.
that
it
they
takes
say
a
it's
certain
like
amount of time.
it'll release in 48 hours. Way more time passes in this movie than 48 hours.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Getting
absolutely.
from point A to point B in this movie, dude, like they get there in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, flying from wherever they went to Samoa, it's got to be like.
And that brings
A
up
day
brings up
almost.
another problem is that MI6 needs specifically Hobbs and Shaw to work together. Why? Because
Shaw-
the movie needed to happen.
Shaw's
Like,
a fucking fugitive.
yes, why do you need a career criminal and also a detective to work together
Right.
for the sake of this one thing?
Right.
Why? There's no fucking reason.
Because they're expendable.
Oh, god damn it.
The plot, Seth. The plot, please. The plot.
Okay, so now they're in Samoa because The Rock wanted to vacation.
He wanted to go back home and see his family.
And then they're racing to get the virus out and have a
They have
elaborate but unnecessary plan on how to beat
this fucking
Brixton lore,
This fucking movie.
which involves a chase scene
Yeah.
on not roads.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then
It's like the side of a mountain.
and the set pieces were clearly made before they
Absolutely.
put the plot.
Oh,
there
yeah.
because they had that scene where like they had the multiple cars attached to each other and then attached to the helicopter.
Yeah.
But then there's that sequence where the other cars are chasing them, and they have these traps on the road.
They do nothing but look good.
But did they know they were going to go specifically on that road?
Right.
Like that's the thing. They made the sequences before they wrote the plot. It's like a Marvel movie, but done bad.
I wouldn't be shocked to find out if they shoot the trailers first.
I honestly would not be surprised either.
I believe it.
The
Oh.
trailers were funnier than the movie.
Oh yeah,
like
because you have to
Yeah.
shorten everything.
yeah, because
Exactly.
everything, like I
True.
said, brevity is the soul of wit. Make the shit shorter,
And they showed all the best parts in the trailer anyway.
and the
Yeah.
best parts are in the trailer.
Always.
Yeah,
And then they end up at the ocean and finally work together as friends and beat Brixton lore,
That's just
a man who can punch through steel.
and they just punch him really hard.
yeah. They just punch him a couple times.
If you punch people really hard with your friends, you will be victorious.
the
in the
power
end.
of
Because it's
friendship.
all about family.
Exactly. And when you call him brother, you instantly gain like a double power up.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Wonder Bros. Boom.
I at any point, if at any point this film had recreated the Predator.
Oh
arm
yeah.
wrestling
Why
breeding.
didn't they do that?
If they had done that,
You
perfect
son
film.
of a bitch.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Why didn't
Perfect
they do
film.
that?
Wouldn't even complain. But they couldn't even do that.
They couldn't. They couldn't.
Couldn't be bothered.
Like why wouldn't you fight together in the
Cue,
first place?
cue
Like,
the end theme from Commando.
work
Fight for love.
Jesus.
I work out to that shit, dude. Weirdly, you can't get it on iTunes. I don't know why. Weird.
Just rip it from YouTube.
I did. I
that was
did.
about to say, that's what I would do.
Whenever I can't find a song on iTunes, I just go to YouTube. I'm like, all right, YouTube to MP3.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I work out to the trailer song from this movie, Fight. Good.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
Which trailer? I'll figure it out later.
Oh, yes.
It's weird. So many
important.
musical choices for trailers are like better than the actual soundtrack.
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Like the soundtrack for like John Wick 2 does not include any of the music from the trailers.
Right.
Like really? Why?
Because we need to get Gangster's Paradise back in Sonic the Hedgehog.
No. Okay, there's some
Why?
we can do without.
Who signed off on that?
There's some
Who the
we can do.
fuck?
Who signed off on that fucking CGI?
Oh my god! Like,
Oh, guys.
That looks fine. What could possibly go wrong?
Oh,
God, we can abort.
I saw
Reverse.
the difference again, and I'm trying to imagine like seeing that Sonic in the actual
whole
Sonic
movie
movie
with that
My
Sonic.
God.
Somebody said
Who would
yes.
watch that?
No, it gets worse because Baby Sonic is in the beginning of that
Ew.
movie.
Right? What would that baby have looked like?
Ew.
Exactly.
Ew.
And
He
a
had
bomb
toes,
pistol.
guys. He had toes.
God.
Ew.
Why? Why?
Anyways,
Anyways.
I think Nick wants to come on and fix that one.
Good. You
Well,
have fun, bro.
It's gonna be on VOD soon. So
Yeah.
Fixes the CGI.
Everything's gonna be on VOD soon. Yeah.
Let's take a quick break. We're going longer than normal. I'm calling this Corona time for the next
There
few
is
weeks.
nothing else to do.
Big facts.
We are waiting for this shit to go away. There's nothing we can do.
Except watch movies.
Watch movies. Stay in your house.
Play
Don't
video
go
games.
anywhere.
Play video games.
And I still got a
slowly
backlog
go
to edit.
broke. Slowly go
Video
broke.
games.
Develop your relationships. It's important.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, let's take a quickie break, and then when we come back,
Quickie break.
Victor is going to give us some semblance of a plot.
Yes, much. You'll see.
Please.
nice.
More plot, please. We'll be right back.
Oh my god. You know what's funny? I told Seth that he should really play the X-Men Origins Wolverine video game. He's like, isn't that just a God of War clone? First off, Seth, everything is a fucking clone of everything nowadays when it comes to any fucking genre. Okay? But to use the word clone for this actual good game is insulting. It's dope. Play X-Men Origins Wolverine. I don't care how fucking old it is. Give it a play. It's better than this goddamn movie. And you get your Sentinels. Hey, is Jesse on this one? I bet you he's called the comics books by 100 times by now. Fucking Jesus Christ. Jesse, they're fucking comics. Just in case you don't understand. They're goddamn comics, okay? Stop insulting books by calling them books. They're comics first. The book is second. They're comics. Okay? No, you're the first person I've ever met that shortens comic books to books. Maddening. Crazy. Anyway, we're going to talk about Hugh Jackman today. Quarantined in, stuck, doing what I do best, not talking to people, not touching people. We're going to do Australia. God damn it. Oh, I like rom-coms. I hate this rom-com. Nicole Kidman and Hugh Jackman. I love Hugh, but god damn it, Nicole. Fuck you doing in this movie. I don't understand it. And fuck, I forgot she was Australian for so long. Its pacing is all off. The writing is cheesy as hell because it's a rom-com. And it just doesn't land. And the leads aren't likable enough. It's just not good. The setting's cool and it's pretty. But that's about it. It's like a 3. That's being nice. Greatest Showman. I think I've bitched about this before, but I don't fucking care. Greatest Showman had the chance to be a really good movie. And the acting is good, and some of the songs are really good. But man, people got pissed when you talk about how much of a racist that dude was. It's like it's like making something that's Lovecraftian that also isn't racist, or talking about H.P. Lovecraft and not mentioning his racism. It's like writing a story about the Underground Railroad, but keeping slavery out of it. You can't have one without the other. Like, that dude was synonymous with racism and discrimination. Whatever. It's also just not good. And the love story in it seems kind of ham-fisted, even though it is Zendaya and Zac Efron. 4 out of 10. And we're going to do an opposite. Michael's film of the week is actually going to be a good one. And it's fucking Real Steel. Okay? This movie should have been a piece of shit. It should have been absolute fucking garbage. Somehow, they cast perfectly everybody. Evangeline Lilly, the kid, Hugh Jackman, everybody in that fucking movie. Even the bad guys are cast perfectly. And they put a concept that seems like it should be dried up, and they executed perfectly. They put good emotion. Graphically, it still holds up. Those fucking things look great. It's incredible. And it's been on Showtime a couple of days recently. I love watching that movie. It's so well made. It's so good. There's good passion. There's good emotion. There's good humanity in it. If you haven't seen Real Steel, you need to see Real Steel. Great film. Great film. I'd say it's a solid 7 out of 10. Now you guys got to go back to this thing. I'm real sorry. If my segment was longer, I'd just keep you here and I could just show you video of me playing X-Men Origins Wolverine and talk about how dope it is. He actually gets fucked up so much in that game that you can see his skeleton and then it repairs itself. Oh, it's so good. Fuck you, Seth.
I love it. Let's jump back into the show.
Cool.
We're talking about Hobbs and Shaw. And
We are.
I think we all just agreed that it was not fine.
Yeah.
It's incredibly boring.
It's fine with the skip button.
Yeah.
It's good with a skip and a fast forward.
Exactly. That's
Honestly, the best parts of that movie you can just watch on clips on YouTube.
True.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, there's no stakes. Everything seems fake. Like, when Idris Elba literally ducks down and slides underneath 2 tractor trailers back to back on a motorbike that looks like it's right out of Transformers.
Right.
Like, at that point, it's like, all right, this is a video game. This is no longer...
Sliding on the ground in movies is broken for me now because of HBO's Watchmen and Lube Man, who just
Oh, yeah.
right into the drain. You'll never be topped. I will never see anything better than that in my entire life.
If that soundtrack was playing during that scene, I'd be best.
I'm going to recut that right after this.
Oh, God.
Boom, 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 boom.
God. You know who actually Lube Man was supposed to be? It's the agent that's working with
Oh, yeah.
Wait, don't spoil it. I haven't seen it. Don't spoil it too much.
He shows up for one scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's her assistant.
Yeah.
Because
Just
he admires superheroes. He became one. The only thing he can become is Lube Man.
Wow.
God, I love that.
that
need to
show
watch
is
that.
perfect.
I would need to watch that. I just don't
The
know how.
last 2 episodes where it's like, we need Dr. Manhattan's powers. Why?
Yeah.
Why? You guys are doing just fine hating America as it is.
Right.
Yeah, but my dude Yaya is Dr. Manhattan now, so that's always fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
he crushed it too.
I'm sure. I got.
Isn't that cultural appropriation?
I
I love the fact that Osmanius points that out. I'm like, oh, great. I specifically got HBO now just to watch Watchmen, and I was like, well, I guess I'm going to keep this now.
yeah.
And that's not free, right? That's the other one that's free.
HBO Now is an upgrade on your Hulu or
Roku.
Or
Yeah.
I think
It's
Amazon,
I think it's
Amazon
like
has a plugin,
$10
too.
a month, something like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
but it's CBS that's free. CBS All Access.
No, nothing's free.
I thought it was free. Somebody told me something was free.
Probably
Okay,
like
whatever.
two-
Oh, HBO,
Tubi or
no,
something like
HBO
that.
Go. It's an app where you can get like downloadable stuff.
Oh,
maybe,
yeah.
maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
of. I don't
HBO
know.
Go. It's like it's not worth it.
Not worth it.
Not worth it.
Cool.
Victor, please fix this movie.
Please, God, make this movie good, and please cut down the runtime.
Okay, so my big problems with this, and the 2 things I really want to fix, Hobbs and Shaw are not different enough at all. Like, if you want this to be a
Thank
buddy
you.
cop,
Thank God.
make them different people like most buddy cops movies, so there's some actual tension for a reason, not just, hey, we fought in the last movie, let's fight in this movie,
Yeah.
and it's funny. So they are. In my pitch, I had Shaw is a lot more cautious, really plan oriented, won't leap before he looks, and Shaw. Wait, did I say Shaw?
Shaw.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Then and Hobbs is
They're not different enough.
exactly.
That's the thing. Like, I
That's the
can't even tell which one is which.
Yeah, like the wake up scene. I still have that, but they do the same thing. They do the same thing, just in different countries.
They're
with-
the same, but they're different.
exactly. Like no, they're different in their
The
because
wall
they're different.
between them.
Yeah.
And Hobbs is shit, I keep fucking him up. Hobbs is
That's gonna happen more.
I know.
great.
Get ready for that.
Just say The Rock and Jason Statham.
I gotta say it right. I'm gonna try it. If I mess up too much, I'll give up and do that. But Hobbs, he feels invincible, and because he always relies on his strength and charm and luck to get him through things.
Yeah.
So-
One of them is a sledgehammer. The other one is a scalpel.
Exactly.
There you go.
They allude to it, but they don't actually act like it. So make them act like it. And 2, they don't deliver on the promise of Etienne at all. Like they had the potential to be like AIM of the Marvel universe, not Iron Man 3 AIM, like actual AIM from the comics. Like make them a evil, a more low key evil tech company with little fingers and everything.
Yeah.
You can do a lot. Like you can bring in like sonic cannons and hovercrafts and and directed energy weapons. Like, just go nuts with it. Like, this is not Fast and Furious.
Yeah,
Right.
You're already in
differentiate it.
ridiculous territory, so
Yeah.
why the hell not?
Dive in. You're different. Get different. Differentiate is the word I was looking for there. And the theme of the movie is change is good. Easy. Simple, because it's an action movie. We're not going into heady things. It's a simple action movie.
Sure.
So, Hobbs, following Fate of the Furious, he retired. I'm pretty sure when I read, that's what they said happened. I don't remember that happening, but sure, I guess. So he retired, and he regretted it. He gets bored. But yeah, like I said, he's used to brute forcing and charming his way through things. His ego makes him feel invincible, and he learns that one slip up can mean the end of everything. So actually, look before you leap. Sometimes, at least.
Okay.
Shaw, after Fate of the Furious, he Mr. Nobody gave him a new identity, and so he's been living. He's been in hiding. He doesn't necessarily have to be because he has no identity. If he just takes a few precautions, he'll be all okay. But he is really paranoid. He won't let anybody get close to him.
Even though he's going out in the open in the opening of this film.
Yeah, no problem. Just going into a bar, beating people up, fine.
It's all good.
Yeah, don't worry about it. No worries. But no, he's afraid to try and have a normal life because he doesn't see how it can happen. So he's not even going to try. He's just going to keep being paranoid. And so he has to learn to stop thinking and just try. Like sometimes you got to go beyond what you think is possible if you really want it. So Hattie is a balance. She is what do I say? She she's pragmatic and loyal, but is open to change and experiencing new things. She's easygoing and funny, easy to like. A good model for them to be like, oh, this is a person, a well-adjusted adult. And
unlike our two main characters, and yeah.
Yes, exactly. Give the audience and them something to strive for. And I forgot what I was going to say. Hold on a second. It'll come to me.
She's
Hattie. Yes, and
is she still going to be MI6 agent?
Yeah, that's there we go. That's what I was going to say. She's still MI6, but she doesn't snitch. And they're like, "You're good. You're good at what you do." And she's not going to snitch. She's like, I don't know. I haven't talked to them in years. I haven't talked to my family in years. And which will be kind of true. She checks in, but she doesn't, want to keep tabs on them because then she'll be complicit. And she'll have an answer.
Right.
And for this movie, I brought back Hobbs and Shaw into it. He, I don't know if you know, that's her brother. He was the bad guy.
Ray Stevenson, I think?
No.
Luke Evans?
Luke Evans,
Luke
yeah.
Evans.
He was the bad guy of Fast and Furious 6. He's back. I brought him back into it.
For the audience, in case you need a reminder that Jesse doesn't give a aerial fornication about the rest of the Fast and Furious films.
Aerial fornication.
Well, it's pretty good.
Well, that's how Shaw got involved in the plots at all.
True.
Because they beat the shit out of his brother.
Threw him out of airplane.
Threw him out of airplane.
And
Which
he's
apparently
fine,
will
by the
kill
way.
some characters, but not others. Hence Gal Gadot disappearing from the franchise.
Right.
But not him, apparently. Just put him in a coma or something.
Yeah, so he's in a coma, and then Jason Statham murders a hospital.
Yeah, he does.
In the intro to the 7th film.
And he's our hero.
And he's
That's
still a
hero.
good guy in these movies.
That's our Loki.
Not only did he kill one of the kill air quotes that fucking trailer for 9 just
And now we gotta wait till
destroyed
next year to find out.
me. Not only did he kill a main character, he serial murdered a hospital. There are bodies on bodies on bodies.
Yep. And we're not erasing that. We're not erasing that in this movie.
Yeah, but
He
they were all
did it.
bad.
God, what was that? Oh yeah,
True Lies.
True Lies. He did it, and he has to live with it. But after
He's living with it just fine.
I made some mistakes.
we're gonna
in my
make him
time.
we're gonna make him struggle with that. That's part of the reason why he doesn't feel like he can have a family because he does shit like that. He's done shit like that before, and so he's like, how can I even try to move past that?
people. I can't get it up anymore.
Yeah, he do that. What he said.
I don't want to repeat it. What he said.
Anyway, so he also helped them in Fate of the Furious. He helped them get the baby out. And after that, Mr. Nobody gave him a new identity too, but he didn't like living in hiding. He eventually slipped back into his criminal ways. And this led to him coming in contact with Brixton. And So with Owen, he, as he tried to get back into the underworld, he met Brixton, and Brixton was scouting things out for Etion. They want some sway in the underworld, but they don't want to be connected to it because they're a legit company in this one. They're a legit tech company, but they want to expand their power into everywhere. Right. So they were trying to figure out how to do it, and once they met Owen, they're like, "You want to get back in? You have a name. We can give you the resources and what you need to get back in, but you need to do something for us first." And that's where the whole plot kicks in. They want him to steal the virus for them.
Okay.
So that it looks like somebody else did it. He could still be Owen Shaw, and they can still do what they need to, and everybody wins.
Sure.
So for Jim Croce, instead of Time to Bottle, they'll just play "I Got a Name."
Yeah.
Sure, we can do that.
Sure. Well, then you're ripping off Django Unchained.
God, don't worry about it.
And Logan.
Was
Yeah.
that a Logan?
Oh,
Logan
yeah,
also had
that's
it.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on. It's
What's
playing
that
on
So
the-
2 X-Men films with Jim Croce songs.
Yeah,
What scene was that? What was that?
The convenience store scene.
which
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
knocks
yeah.
the guy that looks like Quicksilver but isn't Quicksilver,
Hey, no. I'm taking these cigars though.
and he never even smokes any of the cigars.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so lame.
He's old.
Clean
He gotta
living.
be healthy.
No, it's because you can't
Clean
smoke.
living,
You can't
friend.
smoke in movies anymore.
Yeah.
You can in R-rated films.
It's an R-rated movie and he doesn't smoke.
Yeah, they just didn't think about it.
Oh Jesus.
Thank you for not smoking.
So Brixton, Brixton's pretty much the same. However,
He's still Black Superman.
he's still Black Superman. But he's not. We're not gonna show him punching through steel.
Thank God.
Yeah, he's. I'll
Just because your
What'd I say,
fucking
dude?
spine has been enhanced doesn't mean that your muscles have been.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. I said they augmented him. He has cybernetic limbs. So I went a little like more tech with this.
Oh,
But
sure.
cybernetic limbs. So he's stronger than a person. Definitely, he'll fuck you up. But he's not going to. He shouldn't one shot you.
Yeah.
He's not
Yes.
One Punch Man.
One punch. Reinforced bones, ocular implants, and hidden weapons in his arms and legs. And shit.
Ooh, like the arm guns from Upgrade.
Exactly.
you go.
Hidden weapons.
They upgrade him.
Dive into this this technology shit.
Yeah.
You can make this fun. And in order to facilitate this, this is just something I have from one of my other things I've come up with. I don't even necessarily need it, but they implanted him with millions of nanomachines that form a complex neural network to allow him to subconsciously control his cybernetic parts, among other things. Not necessarily needed, but I kind of like the idea of that.
His dick? Is that what you were implying? Or do you mean things outside of his body?
No, I meant his dick.
Oh,
That's
okay.
exactly what I meant. Thank you
Boner
for reading
mode
between the
on.
lines.
That's the real plot of the new pitch, is that he's just going to like bang a bunch of people and have a whole new army born.
Yeah.
There you go.
And among other things, I actually referred to, I was thinking that maybe he can let some of these nanomachines out to control other machines.
So he's Bloodshot.
Yeah.
Is
I
that
was
what
just
Bloodshot does?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has nanites that can control other machines.
Well,
I was
then
just thinking
yes.
that there's that's actually the dick joke is actually in the Bloodshot movie. It's like,
That's
do you think I can
hilarious.
get some enhancements? Is there anything you want to have enhanced? No, not really. God, fuck that movie.
I didn't make money, did it?
No,
Well,
and it got
bad timing.
shit reviews.
bad
timing.
timing.
Bad timing.
Really
Bad
bad
timing, bad reviews, no sequel.
Made $50 off us.
Oof.
Okay, so onto the actual plot of the movie. It begins as it originally does, except Hattie is captured by Etion. That's why she injects herself with the virus, so that they don't want to kill her. Because in this one, if they kill her, the virus gets released and everybody dies.
Mm.
So instead of injecting her and running away with it, she does it as insurance. So they capture her, and then she sees that Owen's a part of this, and that's where you can explain things if you want to, whatever. So then it cuts to Hobbs and Shaw. We're doing the side by side again, but we're doing it much better this time.
Thank God.
Their lives are gonna actually be different. Hobbs wakes up and it's all chaos in his household. He's getting his daughter to school, and they don't have you can tell they don't have a morning routine. They're just doing whatever pops up at the moment. They get her there basically almost late, pretty much late. And meanwhile, Shaw wakes up and he does everything on a schedule, like everything down to he's always checking his watch, but he's also always looking over his shoulder. always checking things. And when their days finally align, when they get home and sit down, and they're both dissatisfied. Hobbs is bored, Shaw's lonely.
Full chaos versus controlled chaos.
Exactly.
Are you inserting visual storytelling into your action movie?
How dare you?
What a concept. It's something experimental. I'm going to try it.
Experimental.
So,
This is literally just Tango and Cash.
yeah.
This is literally just Tango and
It's
Cash, dude.
Good movies.
Yeah, well, good movie.
Fun movies.
There you go.
My love of Tango and Cash is obviously in jest. It's not a good movie.
It's
fun, but it's not good. 3 separate directors on that film.
Really?
Yes.
Crazy.
That's news to me. Jesus Christ.
It's craziness.
Rambo is a pussy.
So
I see what you did there, Stallone.
Hello, guys. Nice of you to drop in.
Ripping off Police Story.
Of course. Of course.
Can we put Jackie Chan in this?
absolutely.
Sure.
That is hilarious that you should mention it. You'll see later.
Yes.
Hilarious that
There
you
you
mentioned that.
Oh, man.
Anyway, so the time arrives for Hobbs to go pick up his daughter, but before he does, she calls and is like, I want to go sleep over with my friends, and even they're supposed to hang out. He's a good dad, so he's like, okay, you can go, honey. And then he's like, well, now what do I do this weekend? And that's so bored. He invites Ryan Reynolds over and immediately regrets it. But Ryan Reynolds lets slip that Owen Shaw has started moving again, and so he's like, well, I got a weekend, and fuck it, fuck it. So he is like, he follows the lead to Etienne. Oh, and I didn't tell you guys this. What I need help with the most is probably fleshing out some of the action scenes. Like I have what happens, but like how it happens, and interesting little things.
Shorter.
And also locations. Like Fast and Furious is known for like having really interesting locations, and I don't really have a location for anything.
Okay.
So think about that.
Okay.
Anyway.
Are we going to the same general places in the plots, like going to the Etienne?
Yeah, I didn't change. I tried to keep this similar to the movie as much as I could. Just change things around and put stakes and reasons.
Right.
Anyway,
more drafts on the plot.
Yeah, exactly. It's not just the first draft. So Hobbs impulsively follows the lead to Etienne. When he gets his way there, he smiles at the receptionist and tries to talk his way in there and flashes the badge, whatever. But that doesn't work because he doesn't think. But it doesn't work, and he fights through hordes of men through the showroom floors. This is like the place where they show all the tourists and stuff, and have all the interesting but safe technologies that they have. And so I said Hobbs starts using the inventions to his advantage in the Jackie Chan-esque fight scene after he gets overwhelmed. It's so funny you mention him because, The Rock is great at physical things, but like we're gonna get tired of seeing him just punch people and lift people up.
Yeah,
every night. And, like he's too big to do too much.
Yeah.
So let's mix things up, and so that's why I have in this scene. He's going around like trying different equipments and just throwing things at him, pressing buttons to see what happens. Just fun, hiding in and outside of stuff. Fun little Jackie Chan scenes.
Yeah. And
Okay.
Throw in a prop.
Yeah,
Something.
yeah, exactly.
Throw something in.
Exactly, something to change things up. So after they fail to get him, he's confronted by Brixton. Now I didn't mention this earlier, but Brixton, in the movie he was connected more with Shaw. This time he's connected more with Hobbs.
Okay.
And I think I can play better because Hobbs is really great at the one-liners and he talks shit, and Brixton can do it back. So he worked in they joined operations with each other while Brixton was at MI6, and Hobbs got him killed because he doesn't. I didn't say exactly what, but like he doesn't plan, he doesn't think, and so things happen sometimes, and so it got Brixton killed, or so he thought.
Sure.
And so Hobbs notices this is not the same Brixton. Like it's besides just the physical stuff, the personality is different. So they fight, and Brixton brutally fucks up Hobbs. Like I need to see my action hero struggle. I don't know if everybody else agrees, but I love seeing them.
Oh, 100%.
struggle.
Well, that's how you know that it's actually got stakes.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
It's like, he can't win. How about that?
Exactly. Yeah. No, this is not a fight he can win. He gets fucked up, and he's about to kill him. But Owen warns Brixton that he told him to save Hobbs for assimilation, and so then he's just captured. While there,
Nebulous he.
Yes, a nebulous he.
Okay.
Not he is an Owen.
Sure.
Whoever the voice is.
Yeah, exactly,
whoever is.
exactly.
Ryan Reynolds.
We're not even gonna discuss that this time. It's just a hint for maybe later.
No sound wave.
No sound wave.
No
weird
sound
thing,
wave
yeah.
lead villain.
None of that.
That can integrate with a helicopter's sound system after it's been destroyed.
Yeah, no, none of that. We are Owen and Brixton are the villains, and that's who we're focusing on. So yeah, while there, he befriends Hattie, who he has mixed feelings about. She's a Shaw, and a Shaw killed Han and all that. But she's also funny and clever and attractive. And they learn to trust each other when Hobbs takes a beating for her, instead of her. And she uses her status as the carrier of the virus to convince them to leave him alone. So they brag about having the extractor, and they're going to get it out of her, and then both of them will get beat up or whatever. And then Hobbs is like, so why haven't you used it then? And he's like, guys, is that extractor broken? Which I could see him delivering that so well, and it is. It needs a key to function, actually.
Oh, okay.
And the person who created it has the key. Now, okay, meanwhile, back with Shaw, he receives a mysterious, he sees something. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but it's a sign that only he will recognize as, like, only one of the other Shaws would know about this. And so he follows a clue till he gets to a prison where his mom's held. And then we have a scene of him covertly breaking in, again, showing their difference. Hobbs just charges in, tries to talk his way in. He covertly breaks into the prison to go talk to his mom. She says she heard the Shaw name mentioned a lot, and she heard that there's a male and female Shaw at Etion, and since Deckard is here, they must be talking about Owen and Hattie. And so she's, they have a moment, and I said their mother was a career criminal,
Yeah,
and she left them a lot to go do her things, and that's why Hattie just doesn't fuck with this, because like she kept leaving her, and she's like, you're supposed to be a mom, and yeah, we had money, but like we weren't raised, so I don't even want to touch that.
Absentee parenting.
right.
Yeah, exactly. And so we can when they talk, we can get into that more, delve into why Deckard's the way he is, and yada yada.
Is he named Deckard after Deckard from Blade Runner?
I was thinking that too.
I can't think of any other
When
Deckard.
I
have no
saw that,
idea.
I was like, Deckard is
Yeah, that's an odd
that's
name.
an odd name to give somebody. So I was like, that's got to be a reference to Blade Runner.
It's British.
Sure.
That's the only explanation you
Brixton.
need. That's the only explanation you need. Anyway, so with this, Deckard breaks into Etion to save everybody. He finds
I'm just
Owen.
thinking Harrison Ford now.
That's fine.
Way better movie.
That's fine. Put Harrison Ford, or Harrison Ford as he is now. Harrison Ford. He would not give a fuck about
Ooh,
this.
he could be the
I mean-
Shaw dad.
Have you
Perfect.
seen
That's so
Expendables
perfect.
3?
God.
A lot of people forget that Harrison Ford was in Expendables
He was in
3.
Expendables 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
the
yeah.
villain.
He replaces
No, he-
Bruce Willis
yeah.
because Bruce Willis was an asshole.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis wanted like, what, $1 million a day?
At least, I think he won like $4 million for 3 days work.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It was
Fuck
either
off,
it was
Bruce.
either that or $3 million for 4 days. Either way.
Either
it's
way,
bullshit.
fuck off, Bruce.
Yeah,
on.
seriously. It's like you don't even try for your
Like
paychecks.
maybe if you try.
Yeah.
How much did he get paid for Once Upon a Time in Venice then? Because that movie looks like it was shot in 3 days.
Oh, good
He's
call.
in the movie, but only like for what?
No, he's the main character.
He's the main character?
Yeah,
Are you fucking kidding me?
no,
I thought that was one of his straight video films.
it was.
It is.
Are you? Oh wow.
It's a bad.
Now
it's
I'm gonna have to
bad.
look that up.
And
No
it-
shit.
It's very. There's like 3 different narrators.
After Glass, I've given up on him trying again. Because I thought if there's one thing he'll try on, it'll be Glass.
The budget
Nope.
of Glass was like $30 million. I guarantee 2/3 of that was Sam Jackson and Bruce Willis.
Yep.
Looks like it.
I will guarantee that.
And one of them tried in that movie.
Only one of the 3 tried.
The one that deserved it.
They fight in a parking lot. It looks like a bum fight.
You know,
I didn't even see it, but like I saw that fight and I was like, oh no, I don't need to. I'm
It's
good.
so cheap. It's so cheap.
that is the movie trying to be clever and being like, we're setting up this rooftop fight, but guess what? We're anti-comics, so we're going to pull the rug on this, and it happens in a parking lot.
Directed by
No.
Ryan Johnson.
Now Nando had a good idea when he said do that, but like, make the point of it to be that. Like to make the point of it, these are just normal people.
like I'm not a superhero. I'm a person, and I can just do shit.
But then you can't have the anti-superhero Illuminati because they wouldn't need to exist.
You mean Shield? Oh, okay.
God, M. Night, come on, man. That movie, that trailer looks so good. That trailer gave me so much hope. Anyway.
Speaking of good trailers for bad movies.
Continue.
Okay, so he breaks into Etienne, and then he finds Owen first. And he's confused, like, what are you doing here? Owen pretends to be a double agent. Then he walks Deckard into a full James Bond supervillain-esque trap. Now, I had Owen, I said, is while Deckard can plan, Owen is the mastermind. Because he can't fight as well as Deckard, so he needs something. So he can plan, he can predict, he's really smart.
Okay.
There's the brains and the brawn.
Exactly.
He's the brains.
And Brixton's the brawn.
Yeah.
And that tracks with Fast and Furious 6, because he was not in the movie, but like allegedly he was a criminal genius.
Allegedly.
He kind of was in the movie. They did try.
Well, okay, he did plant like somebody in there. Whoever. Gina Carano, was it?
Yes.
Yeah, he planted Gina Carano in there.
Did she get killed in the franchise?
She did.
Yep.
Yeah.
She was one and done.
What a waste.
Yep.
Anyway.
Well, she also had like 3 scenes.
Also true.
Yeah, didn't do too much.
And
It's like I'm amused.
Isaac Gonzalez had one scene.
I'm amused they had a fight between her and Michelle Rodriguez. Like, yeah, because that totally would have been an even match.
Yeah, Gina Carano fucks her up. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, she should have. And
Then again, they are all superheroes.
It's true.
It's true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where's I at? Okay.
That sounds like the writing process for this film. Where was I at?
What's going on?
How do we get to Samoa? It's in his contract.
Oh, God.
Oh, and I didn't mention that. I assume since that going to Samoa was a part of getting The Rock to sign on, it's in this movie, but it's not the end. It's not the ending.
Thank you.
And it's not. It's important, but it's not an overblown like whole 30-minute long sequence.
If you had those two switched, the Etienne secret facility and Samoa switched, perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
That
it makes
that's
more,
the
much more sense.
escalation.
Right.
Yeah, it makes
That
much
whole
more sense.
thing where the entire power plant collapses, that's the end of the movie.
Yeah, that's an ending right
That's
there.
the end. I mean, that's when I hit the pause button. I was like, "There's 40 minutes left."
Exactly.
Yes.
That's when I said, "I need a break." I had to just step away for like 2 hours. I was like, "Fuck this."
You can just pretend the movie ends there.
I can just pretend
You
it's
could.
like,
You
"Oh,
really
well, they got
honestly
away."
could.
That's it. That's the end of the movie.
You
Roll
honestly
credits.
could, but The Rock had the vacation, so
Ah.
they needed that. Needed that
Is
30
the Rock,
minutes.
Is The Rock a sellout? Is he a sellout?
I think he doesn't want to believe it.
But he kind of is.
I feel like it's his wrestling instinct. I think that's what I'm gonna, because I like him, so I'm gonna say that's what
Everybody likes him. He's an instantly nice guy, but he just does this garbage.
I know.
I'm
That's what I wanna
curious.
say it.
I'm curious if the cast party had aviation gin or the Rock's tequila.
Oh, The Rock's
I'm
Tequila, which is just his licensed name on
Oh,
top
yeah.
of some
Yeah,
generic brand. Oh, whenever an actor or
I just forgot
celebrity-
that he even has one. I mean, obviously the aviation gin everyone knows about.
He had to end his tour for the tequila because of the coronavirus.
Oh wow.
Of course he
Oh
did.
man.
Whenever I see like an actor or somebody like puts their name to like a liquor or something like Matthew McConaughey does like for Wild Turkey, and I'm like, you didn't have any process in brewing this, okay?
Right.
Why the fuck are you here?
Just put your
See,
name on there.
They're athletes.
They pay
Yeah,
money.
they're just athletes marketing a brand just to get paid. It's like a free check for them.
I mean, I feel like with Ryan Reynolds and Aviation Gin, it's like he's very self-aware.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's become part of the joke that he sneaks it in,
Right.
which makes it more enjoyable. Which is
Sure.
weird. Like I don't think I've ever had gin in my life, but I'm now curious. Thank you, fucking Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan
and that
Reynolds.
commercial, which was like 3-in-1 for Samsung, Six Underground, and Aviation Gin, in like 15 seconds,
Yeah.
was better than all of that fucking movie.
God.
Ryan
So
Reynolds.
we're going to talk about the movie Branded eventually. God.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Yeah. There's a really good Bill Hicks joke about like actors selling out, and it's just like if you're a young actor or something like that and you're doing commercials, all right, I'll let it slide. But if you're an established actor, at that point you are sucking Satan's cock and you're bending over, taking it deep inside your ass until he explodes silverfish inside of you. Okay,
Wow.
that is accurate.
Bill Hicks died of hate.
Unlike Doom Guy, he wasn't too angry to die.
Why is
died
Why
of
is
hate.
Dennis Leary still well known and popular while Bill Hicks is dead? Because there's no cure for cancer.
Oof.
Oh. So
Continue.
in the movie I was making,
Lock and load.
Jesus, the Hobbs and Shaw, something happened. Okay, yeah.
Something happened and the movie ended.
There's your log line for the poster. Something happened.
What was RLM saying about the Star Trek series where they're like they come in day one for the writing session, they get a bunch of really good ideas. They come in day two, and Alex Kurtzman, it doesn't show up, and they're like, dude, we're here. We're ready for writing day two.
Alex, yeah, that's for Star Trek.
Yeah, and then he's like, what do you mean? We did that yesterday. We're done.
Wait, is that a real story or is that a joke?
No.
It's a joke, but
it's hard to tell.
the
So
shows
funny.
feel like it.
It's
so
one of their
funny.
jokes.
The shows feel like it because like
That's so
Picard
funny.
is a fucking train wreck. And it's like
Oh,
everything
man.
sucks.
Oh, no.
Star
That
Trek is in the
sucks.
fucking dumpster now.
Oh,
Fuck
Sorry to hear that.
CBS.
I haven't watched Picard, but I guess
Don't.
I'll skip it
It's
now.
bad.
That's a shame.
I guess I'll skip it. Now.
Looks great, but it's fucking crap.
Riker makes pizza.
Riker
Yeah,
makes,
I don't
Riker
think
makes
people-
pizza, and Starfleet's now racist and xenophobic. Okay, sure.
I don't think
even
people
though you're-
understand how important the writing process is to making movies.
Like, how do you make a fucking TV show and a movie? Like, you start with a fucking script.
Yes. a
At
good
that
one.
point, if the script is bad, there's only one person to blame.
Well, you start with an idea, a
Yeah,
vision,
an idea.
a vision.
Yeah, like what's the vision of this film?
Yeah. Then you
There
get
is
the
none.
script.
Wouldn't it be awesome if?
Do you remember?
And that's it.
That's
Do you remember when Star Trek was hopeful?
Remember when Star Trek was good? I miss the 1990s.
What a time to be alive.
Anyways,
So,
Hobbs and
yeah,
Shaw are
Picard,
in
yeah.
trouble.
On brand. We hate this movie.
So
We like your pitch, but we hate this movie.
Thanks.
Anything associated with it, we just try to diverge.
Speaking of Rambo Last Blood.
Oh my God! Here we go.
Genesis with a Y?
I've been hearing about this fabled Last Blood pitch for so long.
Yeah,
It's pretty
we
fucking
got up to
happened.
about 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah,
Sounds about
Yeah,
right.
it was a long one.
I'm worming my way through it to pull excess out, just so I have a reason to put the uncut version on Patreon.
Yeah.
My dad hated the real movie so much. He even said to me, like, after I did the pitch, like, why don't you just have, like, Rambo fight rednecks? Like, that's basically what I did.
Basically what we do, yeah.
I want to see that. I would pay good money to see that. Top dollar. Anyway, so Owen, so Owen trapped Deckard, and he said he insinuated that he knew that he was gonna come, and he knew he was gonna find me first. That's why he made sure you found me first, and then he berates him for not killing Dom Toretto.
So
yeah.
we are somehow connecting this back to the Fast and Furious franchise.
Yes.
I wasn't expecting to see connective tissue in our spinoff.
Who would have thought?
Asking for too much.
Who would have thunk it? Yeah, and like, but as he's berating them, you see that this isn't. You see that Decker's like, this isn't you. This isn't the Owen that I'm used to. This is weird. Why are you acting like this? And so then he basically throws them into the same block as Hattie and Hobbs. I mean, it doesn't make sense, but it's an action movie, so they get them together. What? Fuck it.
Action movie logic.
Yeah, exactly. Some things are forgivable.
Sure.
So this is when Hobbs starts arguing mercilessly, like crazy.
Yeah.
Actually, good jokes, good arguments this time. But they go until Hattie breaks them up. And they discuss how Owen seems different. They don't know why that is. Hattie agrees, and then eventually they come to take Hobbs for assimilation. But that's when they spring their plan that they came up with. After a small time skip, like a couple days. So the three of them managed to break. I didn't come up with the plan yet either. I don't know exactly what they're gonna do, but
What was the plan in this movie? It was like Mick Jagger, whatever the hell that was. What does that even mean?
she walked into the middle of them, pretending to shoot him, and then the other guy came in with the flamethrower, and that was their plan.
Right.
Did they know
So-
that scientist was going to be there?
Yes. Yeah,
They
because
knew
they
he
were
was
going there.
They
to
knew he
get
was
him.
there, but I don't know why she walked up to him in the first place. Just have him come with the flamethrower
Yeah, you
to
don't need them.
distract. I don't know.
And then he promptly gets killed by getting his neck snapped.
Yep.
It's like,
He's
and that
editing.
sound effect when that guy get a neck snack, like it's not even a crack. It's like like
That's exactly what
like
it was.
whoever the sound designer was on this film just kind of was like, you know what? I don't give a fuck anymore.
He saw it cut and was like, "Fuck it."
Fuck it. This movie sucks.
They don't care. I'm not gonna care either.
Like nobody gives a shit about this movie. It's gonna make $1 billion anyways. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. So anyway, they execute their plan and they break out of the facility. And I want a little funny gag here where they're on like a flatbed, like a bed looking flatbed. But
I thought you said flatbread.
I actually did for
Now-
a second.
now I'm
I was hoping you
hungry.
didn't hear. I was hoping you didn't hear. They
It's a
break out
mozzarella.
on a flying flatbread. No, a flatbed. But like under the hood is
Is
a
it
fucking
garlic
crazy
or
engine.
is it garlic or Parmesan?
Both.
So it's a ugly, dusty flatbed, but on the underneath is a crazy souped-up engine.
Okay.
So
They didn't know that?
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So they
Because movie.
Yeah.
yeah, good
action
movie.
scene.
Action,
Because
funny
Tango and
moments.
Cash.
Yeah, exactly.
The
Action,
ending
funny
with
moments.
the monster truck chasing after their souped up high tech truck. It's literally Tango and Cash. You wrote fucking Tango and Cash, dude.
You know, actually, I haven't even seen it, so I can't.
You
I can't
just
say
wrote it.
I can't say that I
You
stole
just fucking wrote it.
it. Don't
Kind of
sue me. I
amazing.
can't say I stole it. Anyway, so they're driving away. They're pursued by the Etienne technology. I said drones, robots, hovercrafts, whatever you want. So Hobbs and Shaw go into the back of the truck and fend them off. And this is actually a technology I have in my AVP story that I'm just gonna steal for here. So a modular rifle. It's basically a rifle where they have different ammo types in it, and like the barrel looks like a Nerf gun or a Gatling gun kind of thing. And so they cycle between.
Oh, so it's a lawgiver from Dread.
maybe
That's what it is.
from Dread. Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
the lawmaker said.
yeah,
Yeah.
full
Yeah.
auto, high X. Yeah,
That's exactly what it is,
Yeah.
but a rifle.
yeah,
but
okay.
yeah.
I'm sure someone somewhere is working on it. Sure.
Perfect idea. But yeah, so
It'll just be this wide.
The loudest fucking gun ever made.
so they have their chase sequence, and Hattie is proving that all the Shaws are expert drivers. So because she didn't give her in the driving scene, but like Deckard and Owen are both fantastic fucking drivers.
Let's be real. Everyone in this entire franchise is
Well,
way too good at driving.
not The Rock though. The Rock is average.
The Rock drives that fucking Viper in this movie.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
No, it's Shaw
That's
because,
Shaw.
Oh,
because
that's Shaw.
it's they're in Britain, so there's
Yeah,
That's right.
Steering wheel's on
Okay.
the other side.
I forgot that
That's
dumb
Shaw.
gag that I've seen a million times.
Yeah, everybody can drive better than average.
Right, Seth.
it's like a martial arts movie where like everybody happens to know martial arts. It's like it's fine.
Yeah, but some people are.
Well, it's a kung
way
fu
better.
movie where everybody in the universe knows kung fu. Of course, kung fu's gonna happen. To quote Rich Evans on the
Yes.
filmed in Maryland, undefeatable.
Was that filmed in Maryland?
Yes, College Park.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I have driven past the hospital where that infamous final fight was shot.
Oh, I need to go find this.
In fact,
place
if
now.
you look at the beginning when they do the exterior shot, it says Prince George's County Hospital.
Wait,
Oh,
of
wow.
what?
I swear to fuck.
What movie?
I got a undefeatable. It's
Undefeatable.
It's a very
It's-
bad Cynthia Rothrock movie.
Okay.
Yeah, very very bad Cynthia Rothrock film. Hong Kong produced, so much so that there's a Hong Kong cut of the film with Robin Shou from Mortal Kombat.
Why?
Reasons.
Okay.
Godfrey Ho, the guy who directed, was notorious for doing like multiple versions for like different territories, and he filmed extra scenes with Robin Shou. And yeah, in Maryland though, even though it was only the Hong Kong version. But I guarantee you probably told people like, "Oh yeah, I filmed a movie in DC." No, you didn't. You filmed on the outskirts of DC and
Yeah.
College fucking Park.
Right.
It's in Maryland. They filmed at University of Maryland. They filmed at PG County Hospital. It's filmed in Maryland. Despite what they said on Best the Worst, where oh yeah, I know about a lot about buff dudes in LA. It's like nope, Maryland, fucking Maryland.
That's very
It's like
interesting.
saying somebody. Yeah, I totally live in Baltimore. No, you live in Glen Burnie.
Right.
Yup.
They're two different towns.
Yup.
I didn't know that they shot any movies around, even PG.
Dude,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Not much anymore.
No. I actually saw filming.
I mean, Patriot Games was filmed on the streets in Annapolis.
Yeah.
Oh.
shit.
That's
Oh.
those cobblestone streets. That's Annapolis.
Interesting. I've never seen it. Now I'll have
It's
to check
not
it
a bad
out.
movie. It's okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I threw up on those roads on my 21st birthday.
Jesus Christ.
The memories. The
Oh
memories.
my God.
I've
What?
pissed in one of those back alleys on New Year's Eve.
Wow.
There's a lot of film rescue excrement in Annapolis.
Yeah.
I drove through that for graduation. That's the same.
I banged a friend of mine on New Year's Eve in a house around the corner.
More excrement.
Yeah. I definitely lose. I definitely lose this one.
we need somebody taking a shit to get the trifecta.
God. If I reach out to some of my friends, I'm sure it's happened.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Continue.
We're okay. So yeah, they were.
Flatbed truck,
Yep, and they're driving
flatbread truck.
the flatbread truck. They're all driving. Brixton tracks him down on the motorcycle and confronts Hobbs and Shaw on the back of the truck. I like that scene. It was pretty cool.
Just don't have the bike land literally on the back end of the truck, please.
Did it land on the back? That's stupid.
No, in the movie it lands on the back and then it gets just knocked off.
Well,
like
that's
it was
stupid.
nothing.
Just jump off the bike. Whatever. Okay, whatever. I don't
Who put Transformers in my Hobbs and
It's
Shaw?
literally a
God damn it.
Transformer shot. Like
That's
there's
so
no way
dumb.
someone was, and he
That's
just
so dumb.
and he just lets it just get knocked off.
Yeah, exactly. Like why even?
Like, green screen.
Because
Of course.
he can call it back with his mind. So why not?
Why not have the bike like literally run someone over? Why is that like? Why do you not use that at the same time?
Right.
Yeah,
Have it be a combatant in the fight.
Yeah, if you can control your bike, like Batman loves running people over with his Batmobile.
Yeah.
Come on. So yeah, they fight on the flatbed of the truck. They fight but barely survive this. First, they can't agree how to fight them. Hobbs wants to blitz him, but Shaw's like, we need to feel him out. But you can't just sit back and try to figure out what this fucking android's gonna do because he's gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
But also, if you just run in, he's gonna fuck you up.
So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So they just don't work together.
Hey, a conflict.
Exactly. And that what a fucking concept. And also Hobbs can't hit him. He's not fast enough, and Shaw isn't strong enough to hit him to damage him when he can get the occasional hit in.
Yeah.
Who set up these attributes? Too much power in this one, too much speed. God damn it.
So, but they like I said, they lose, but they get lucky when an explosion knocks him off the truck. Or I might have Hattie do something, I don't know. But either way, they get lucky. He
Shoot
gets
him with
off.
a shotgun through the back end of the truck.
Maybe something like that. I don't know.
Do it T-1000 style.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Have that
Doesn't
bit
even, just
freeze.
doesn't even look. Bam.
Yeah, I
Or,
want.
no, that was Army Darkness, and then it
Yeah.
got ripped off in Terminator 2.
Huh.
Well,
James Cameron.
I think
How about
I
that?
think Army of Darkness was filmed in '91, but came out in '93. So it was
Uh,
T2 first.
Was it really 2 years?
Yeah, there was a lot of hubbub at
Oh.
Universal with that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is why we have like 3 cuts of the movie.
That makes perfect
Not
sense.
including the TV version.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 4.
Someday we'll get that on, an official version on Blu-ray.
Maybe,
Which one?
Army of Darkness. Isn't it?
Yeah, they're on Scream Factory. There's a 3-disc edition.
There is?
Theatrical, European, and Director's Cut. All HD.
Wow.
Only the TV
I
cut
am
is
not
standard
aware of
def.
this.
Only the TV cut is standard def.
Oh,
Everything else
okay.
is HD. In fact, the European cut, 4K master.
Wow.
Yeah.
I keep getting reasons that I should get a 4K TV.
Well, it's not a 4K disc. It's from a 4K master. Don't
Oh.
confuse those. So
Okay.
it's a Blu-ray because Blu-ray only does 1080p, but it's from a 4K source.
Oh, okay.
So that the European cut, it's shorter than the director's, but longer than the theatrical. It's a nice middle ground. Doesn't have the apocalyptic ending, but has most of the director's cut scenes.
Gotcha.
It's like
But it's-
89 minutes, I think.
But it's 4K, so are the visuals still pretty good, or do they look a little too cheap now?
I mean,
4K
it's-
can ruin some things. Like
True.
Yeah.
Doug,
Yeah,
Doug
definitely.
Stanhope has a really good bit about pornography and how like everything went in high definition. He was like, high def ruined a lot of things for me.
And like how dated that joke was on Whose Line. It's like the points don't matter. Just like if your porn's on VHS or DVD. It was like, oh, how far we've come. No pun intended.
It matters now. I don't need motion smoothing in that, dude. I really don't.
Wow. I'm trying to imagine
That-
motion smooth HD porn, 4K porn. That's
One of
It's
my
like you're
fav-
there, not always in a good way.
No.
One of my favorite 30 Rock bits is when
I know what you're
when
talking.
NBC switched over to HD and they've
Oh,
got
yeah.
the HD monitor and Tina Fey walks onto it
Yeah.
and it's like, whoa.
Oh, Jesus.
I remember that.
There's also the
That
bit
was
about
hilarious.
who made the porn video game.
Oh yeah.
And what's the guy? He goes into his office to play it, and he doesn't come out for like 30 days. He's like, "All right, finish your game. I'm gonna be rich." Yeah, Tracy Morgan makes a porn video game.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna be famous.
I love that show.
Oh, I love it. Continue.
So yes,
So they escape.
yeah, they escape, and they regroup at. I said it's at one of Shaw's weirder safe houses because I don't know. I want it to be an interesting location. I just have no idea.
Not just a
where.
garage, please.
Exactly. Yeah, nothing basic. I don't know what, but I want it to be something.
Ooh, it could be fronted by one of those like sex houses in Sweden, and then like they have to walk through.
No, it
like,
should be the pub at the opening of this movie.
Oh yeah, that's
But,
smart.
like
It could be a pub.
Make it a pub. Like it's a bar out front, and then like regular gangster films. Like,
Yeah.
hey, it's a bar out front, but there's shit going on in the back.
underneath.
Right.
Underneath. it's not prohibition. It's drug trade. I don't know. Whatever.
Just
yeah,
It's a giant
something-
mullet. Business in the front, party
Just
in the
don't
back.
make it look like the Batcave from BVS,
Yeah,
where it's
exactly.
like a fucking cheap warehouse.
Like, how did we get here?
how
Why does he
fucking
have this?
lame
Why
is
does he
that?
have this? How did we get here? Where is this?
It's underneath the fucking lake. How the fuck do you build that? It's not even possible.
So
Can't wait to do that in 2 weeks.
So Deckard says they're there, but Decker's like, we can't stay for long. Owen will eventually figure out I'm here. And so that's why they go to Samoa, because he's like, nobody knows where my family is, so
Yeah.
we should be okay.
How does Brixton actually find them at the end of this movie?
They don't explain.
Uh,
Or I get
Just
the
because
virus,
the movie
maybe?
needs to happen?
I don't know.
no, they did explain it because they like.
It blows by so quick.
Well,
I
okay,
couldn't even tell.
Well, part of it's because a big reason they go there is again because they can control the internet,
Right.
and so they want to go off grid. And something about turning or fixing the uninjector
Oh, that
clues them into where they are.
Okay,
So-
you're right.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And a guy, just a mechanic in a chop shop can do that. Gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because he's the best mechanic I've ever seen. Not even an engineer.
Sure.
Not even a fucking engineer. A mechanic.
Especially about like experimental technology that even
Yeah,
NASA
exactly.
hasn't developed yet.
No shade on mechanics. I'm sure y'all are very good at what you do.
This movie is
But-
really dumb.
Anyway.
Look at the number of spikes on that fucking graph.
man.
dude. Jesus Christ.
Oh man.
You
Have
could
fun.
knock somebody into that and call it a fatality.
Like Sonic spikes.
Film rescue wins.
Have fun
Fatality.
editing this, Seth. Anyway.
As always.
So in Samoa, they get to Samoa. Hobbs and Shaw are still fighting, but Hobbs and Hattie get closer. Hobbs tells his daughter to stay with their friend, tell her it's official DSS business. We can have a funny scene of her telling her how to say it so that they listen and be official, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll do you one better. Ryan Reynolds should be babysitting.
There we go.
There we-
Give
there we
him
go.
something to do.
Yeah, reasons to cut away.
Yeah, exactly.
Give him something to do rather than just sitting in that diner, obviously, for like the 2 days he was actually filming.
It's perfect. Yeah, well, okay.
he was probably still paid the same amount that he was on Deadpool.
so I actually signed Ryan Reynolds onto the project.
Yeah.
And,
Make him an actual character and not just himself.
yeah.
He's
'Cause
a
he was just
decent. He's a
himself.
decent actor.
He's,
He's not
he's
bad.
secretly playing the same character from The Hitman's Bodyguard.
No,
Which is getting a sequel.
there
The
was a-
Hitman's Bodyguard's wife.
What was the
Oh,
movie?
you're
he,
right.
What
You're
was the
right.
movie he was in with Helen Mirren? What the hell was that movie?
Hobbs and Shaw.
No. Fuck! Yeah, you're right. There was another movie he was in with Helen Mirren where he was like a lawyer or something like that.
Oh
It's-
yeah.
it
Oh,
came,
yeah, like
it
an actual
came and
drama.
went. Came and
Shit.
went. It was actually not
Yeah,
bad.
it was a
It's
I know what you're
okay.
talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like he's actually a
was that
decent
called?
actor.
Yeah, he is.
Definitely, maybe like probably one of my favorite romantic comedies. He is genuinely very good in that.
Yeah.
Nice.
He can act. Just everybody wants him to be Deadpool now. So,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, he's
Deadpool's
just
basically Ryan Reynolds.
playing Deadpool.
He
He's just playing
found
Wade
his
Wilson.
brand.
Yeah.
Which he is a hell of a marketing person. Like he can market his ass off.
Right.
Because
True.
he's charming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And likable.
Yeah.
You know, but like the problem is like when you're just playing yourself, it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
And
Like
especially
eventually
if you
that's
do it
gonna
over.
that well's gonna run dry eventually.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
to answer your earlier question, Woman in Gold.
That's it.
There you go.
That's it's about like a painting. It was based on a true
Yeah.
story. Like the painting was under ownership of some person, then the original family wanted the painting back. So he plays the lawyer that's trying to get the painting back or something like that.
What was that? Shitty one that he did with Ben Kingsley, where Ben Kingsley puts his brain inside
Oh,
of him.
Yeah,
fuck,
yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah. What was that? I remember that.
Something.
Reese.
Shit.
Rewind and don't watch it. It's bad.
Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad.
I
I know
remember
what you're
exactly
talking about.
yeah.
He's
Same.
like he gets implanted into a new body or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
The dark ages of Ryan Reynolds' filmography.
No, that was recent.
That was
Really?
very, that was
Yeah,
recent.
I
That was
thought
only
that was
like
I thought that was pre-Dead.
that was
No,
a
that was like
few years ago.
2016, 2017.
yeah,
Well,
a few years ago.
Yeah, okay.
Well, then like Keanu Reeves did a movie that was just like that, where his whole family died, and then he rebuilds them.
Selfless.
Oh man.
Selfless. That's
2015,
Self-
right before
I
Dead.
mean,
Yeah.
self/less, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember.
And
That's
Keanu
it.
Reeves did a movie. What was it called?
Oh god.
Oh, that it
Yeah.
did not do well.
And it was like
No.
he rebuilds his whole family as androids.
Yeah.
Basically, the plot of Tom King's vision.
Replicas?
Replicas.
Replicas,
Yeah.
and then
Replicas.
he
Yeah.
becomes an android at the
Yeah.
end.
We're not including that as part of the Keanu sans. That was a
No.
weird hiccup.
I think that was done like years before.
Yeah,
I think it just didn't get released.
Yeah, and even then, it might have been like a favor. I feel like
It's probably one of
because
those.
he's friends with the director.
They
Gotcha.
they shelved it until the Keanu Sans, and they were like, "Oh shit, we've got something for this. Let's throw it out real quick."
now I'm going to have to look that up. I'm very
that was-
curious.
It's like what was it? Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation, when Renee Zellweger and Matt
yeah.
McConaughey were in that, and
Yeah.
then they shelved it for like 3 years, and then when they both became popular at the same time, they
Oy.
release it, and it still got bad reviews.
Get it out the door.
Kick it out! We got something to make money off of.
So, you know,
How
I
dare you.
saw that a long time ago. Do not remember McConaughey or Zellweger.
No, they're
I
in it.
don't.
They're
Huh.
in it.
Well, I gotta
They're terrible in it.
I don't know if I should rewatch it or not.
Don't, because
I don't
they make Leatherface into a crossdresser.
Oh yeah,
Remember that?
forgot about that.
Oh.
That's a movie that actually fucking exists.
Oh.
I
Replicas.
would rather.
Filmed in August 2016, but not released in the U.S. till January 2019.
There it is.
Turned
Oh.
down by
3
Nicolas Cage.
Oh.
3 years.
Turned down by Nicolas Cage.
when even Nick Cage won't even sign on something, that's when you know the script is fucking
He
dog
signed on
shit.
to the bees. The bees.
Oh, Wicker Man.
Yeah, Wicker Man. Yeah, Wicker Man.
That movie is so bad, it's great.
I love
Yep.
it. I love it. God, that clip
gifts.
of him fucking punching somebody in the bear suit.
away
God, I could put that as my
Neil
as my
LaBute.
wallpaper, and
Neil
I'd be
LaBute,
happy.
the worst director ever.
Does that mean he turned down Replicas to do Mandy?
Yes.
Maybe.
Good idea.
If you're taking a risk, whoa.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Oh yeah.
Mandy's a fucking brilliant though. Oh, so
So good.
good.
I love that movie.
Here's what's sad about Replicas. Keanu was one of the producers,
Oh, Keanu.
not executive, like
no.
full-blown producer.
Oh
Wow.
no.
Yeah.
Keanu.
So
No.
he was
Well,
more-
has he ever been like really like creatively?
He's
you know,
directed
in top-
movies.
Oh, has
Man
he?
of Tai Chi.
Man of Tai Chi is actually a good film.
Okay, I
It's
didn't
a
know-
really
I didn't
good
know that.
movie.
Okay.
He's the bad guy. in that.
It's okay.
Yeah, he's a bad guy.
It's not bad. I could.
I mean, it's not amazing.
I think he
It's-
didn't need to say 42 times "You owe me a life" in the final fight. You owe me a
Yes.
life,
Yes.
like over and over, and the time where he like screams at the TV. I was like, that was a choice. But aside from that, I think is that like his only film as director?
Yeah.
Which is it's very
For
different
a
him.
first time filmmer, for a first time
Yeah.
director, perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Great. You
Yeah,
nailed,
yeah, yeah.
knock it out of the park.
And it's definitely influenced by like old school martial arts films,
Oh, yeah.
which I also appreciate. So it's not bad considering what he was trying to do, and that
Yeah.
not many directors can pull that off. Like if you're Tarantino, sure, Kill Bill, we're good.
Yeah.
But you know,
I'll check it out.
Keanu doing a martial arts film,
Yeah.
okay. So
I'll
and getting
check
his
it out.
buddy Tiger Chen in a leading role.
I think it's
So,
still floating around on Netflix.
That
It's-
sounds
it's-
about
yeah,
right.
It's
Okay.
like whenever a movie like is like it's good, but it's not amazing. They
Yeah.
kind of just dump it on Netflix. They'll take it because it's like it's
and it
cheap.
never really
Mhm.
comes and goes, just stays, just kind of like lingers there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing
so-
with Henry Rollins' movie. He never died. It's always going to be on Netflix. It will
Right.
never leave.
So the title's prophetic.
yeah, there you
It
go.
will never
It
die from
never
Netflix.
die.
So never die, no matter what you do.
Exactly.
But
Continue.
yeah.
Please continue.
Anyway, I was.
They're on
okay.
Samoa.
Yeah, they're at Samoa, and
But not Thin Mints.
so they. All right, Hobbs is talking to his daughter, and Shaw overhears this, and also this combined with him seeing Hobbs get along with his family and get along with Hattie, and they're all happy and interacting well, and Shaw's insecurities pick at him, and so then he starts picking fights with Hobbs, which feeds into the why they're fighting. This escalates until Hobbs tries to kick Shaw out, but the mom won't let him do it. And so the mom and Hattie are like, we got to get them like on the same page. So they literally locked them in a room. Like they locked them in a room, said, "Don't come out till y'all figure this shit out." And so
timeout.
they talk about they start talking about things. And it ends up with them screaming at each other, and then how they really feel kind of comes out. Hobbs like,
Can we have it start out with them talking, and then we have a title card that says 30 seconds later, and then they're just screaming at each other?
Exactly, yes,
Can we just have that,
exactly.
please?
yes, they're like, all right, let's talk. Fade to black. 30 seconds later, what the fuck is wrong with you?
You motherfucker!
Said, so Hobbs like, at least I'm not too hesitant to make a move when I need to. And Shaw's like, the way you operate gets people killed. Yeah, most of the time it's the bad guy, but it was Brixton one time, and it will be you eventually, but it damn sure won't be me. And so they're in there hashing it out, going at it. So while they do that, Hattie, meanwhile, is researching the scientist who invented the extractor to try and find the key. And she gets in contact with him, and I want like a little gag of like the little kids being nosy, and so the kid sees her, but that'll come into play later. They eventually, their argument escalates to a fight, but as soon as they start fighting, they hear commotion outside, and that's when the family is attacked by Etienne Merckx. The team gets Hattie, The Mercs get Hattie. You could see a little bit of the family fighting if you want to. That's where you can have your Roman Reigns scene instead of, and just in the background of a couple shots.
Right.
So the Mercs get all the way with Hattie before they can let Hobbs and Shaw out. And so they're furious, but they're like, I guess we actually have to work together now because both of us care about her, and they took her because we were fighting. We weren't around to help.
They hate each other, but they have to work together.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I've got a good punchline joke for
So
that
like
scene.
Tango and Cash.
The Rock literally just like breaks the lock off to leave the room. Perfect.
Okay, I love
He
it.
pulls the doorknob out of the door.
It's like, Hattie, boom. Oh, why didn't you fucking whatever?
We need to hash this out first.
So they're trying to figure out where she is, but then that's when the kid tells them, I heard her talking about this. And like, what we tell you about listening to people? So anyway, they go to meet the scientist, and he explains that, he explains everything, the key, the extractor, and then he used to work at Etienne before he left, and then so they ask like, what's going on with Brixton and Owen? Why are they acting like that? What is this process? What is this assimilation involved? And it's actually a form of brainwashing, but not like you listen to me now brainwashing. It's a careful application of drugs and hypnotism that causes the brain to focus pretty much exclusively on the negative thoughts, which makes it easier for them to direct them, easier for them to guide them and make them, more susceptible to manipulation.
The negativity bias.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so
Negative emotions carry more weight than than positive emotions.
And so they can be
I feel
like,
called out.
so they're like, yeah, go ahead, hate Hobbs and Shaw.
Love
And-
conquers all. Bullshit.
Hate's really where the power is at.
Yeah.
But before he can finish telling them everything, he's shot dead and Brixton reveals himself. I don't know how we tracked him yet. Maybe.
Well, they have cell phones, right?
Sure.
There you go.
We could do that.
Every phone has a GPS tracker in it, dude.
That's true.
No one
you're
ever thinks about that in movies like this. So how are we going to track them? You can literally just ping their phone.
You're absolutely right. Actually.
Anyone they have access to the internet. You have access to GPS.
Mhm.
You can literally just ping their phone.
Unless you turn everything off. But then, that's not how that works. That's not how it
It's
works.
not how that works.
Yes, the NSA rubbing their hands together. That's exactly how it works.
Spread the misinformation. So anyway, he attacks, takes the key, and leaves. Hobbs and Shaw get in the car, chase him down, and this is where you have another badass chase scene. Shaw pulls out every trick in the book to follow Brixton in an extended chase, is how I said. But before they can get the key...
Are we on roads or are we on, dirt roads?
That's where I said I need help with the location. I imagine it as roads, as a city, but like wherever, man. I'm down for any ideas.
Well,
Close enough to Samoa that it's not a day's travel.
yeah. Like I think we can keep the helicopter versus Jeep chase, but let's not go so extreme where it's like
You could do like
linking cars together like Vienna sausages. Can we not do that, please?
Vienna sausages are not linked together. They're in
Well, whatever-
smash in a can.
or whatever it is, like
They are in the cartoons. They're linked
Just
in the
sausage.
cartoons.
just is it just sausage? Okay, whatever. Just like in terms of like
We've gotten into the semantics of sausage making with this fucking movie.
See what Corona
how
does to
much,
us?
how much do we hate this movie? We want to talk about sausage instead of this movie.
Put the sausage on the flatbread.
Speaking of sausage fests, let's talk about
God damn it.
There's the link, Sausage Fest.
Yeah,
Because
that brings up a good point. Is Margarita still in this movie? And can we change her name away from Margarita?
oh Jesus,
on
Isa
Wikipedia,
Gonzalez.
on
Oh, yeah,
Wikipedia,
yeah.
she's credited as Mistress M, which is way cooler.
Yeah, there you go. Let's call her that. Like
but who was she in the original movie again? I can't.
She
like,
was
what-
Statham's
what was her role?
ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, but what was her role,
ex-girlfriend.
though?
Even
Like, why
though
was she
they
in the
get
movie?
real cozy with each other.
They still fucking.
I mean, they made
Oh, yeah.
out in front of everybody. That was
You come over, you
Okay.
fuck me, you leave. There you go. That's what their relationship is.
yeah. But why was she in the movie? That's what I'm trying to figure
Because
out.
they had her under contract for a scene.
Sounds about right.
It was to find the
They needed weapons.
scientists. Weapons.
They needed weapons.
That's right.
Like
That's right.
Like apparently Jason Statham doesn't have that.
That scene's almost like it intersected with a totally different movie.
It's totally out of just nowhere.
It like crashed into Mission Impossible for a second.
That
Yeah,
feels like a
like-
Mission Impossible scene.
like
they,
Fallout.
like
That
Collateral.
felt like Fallout.
Yeah.
the same cast was in another movie, and so they said, "Hey, we could just splice these together."
It's
Perfect.
like Collateral crashing in a transporter.
Yeah.
It's like, and because Ryan Reynolds is in the movie, he could just like open a door and you see like Tom Cruise and the rest of the crew.
Everybody would
Jesus.
accept it.
Reminds me of Deadpool 2 when they have the.
Like, what'd you say, Tom? You need her back? Okay, we'll bring her back. I promise. 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Right.
Finish your line.
It's like Deadpool 2 when he has the scene where like all
Yes.
the X-Men are in that one
That was
room. It's like,
hilarious.
and where the fuck is everyone? This whole house is always empty.
And then Beast is like, oh shit.
The best thing to come from coinciding with the pre-production of Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, there you
The best
go.
thing to come out of Dark Phoenix, that gag.
Yep.
That
There you go.
was so funny to me. But okay, so sure we can put her in. I don't know where, but I mean it's flexible. Anyway,
They need to track down where Hattie. Like, chase scene ends. They need to find Hattie. They go to her because she has like she has like contacts within like the criminal underworld.
Actually,
That's how you keep her in.
I'm putting that in right now. Actually, so on the fly adjustment.
I
So-
know how to tell plot for dumb movies.
So they're chasing Brickster, but they get ambushed. They manage to avoid the ambush, but they lose him, and that's when they go find her. And like, I know you know things. Where would they be? Where would they be able to set this extractor up? Because it's not like a basic machine. Like they need.
By having it look like the size of a suitcase is like, well, that's just there for convenience sake.
Yeah.
Like, it should be something that's inconvenient.
Exactly.
It should be
exactly.
something like this is literally experimental technology.
That's
What do
how
we
you
know
make
about
movies.
experimental technology? It's usually not very portable.
That's how you
Right.
make
It needs to
movies.
be like the chair in Total Recall, where it's like you have to strap into it.
Yeah.
It needs to be that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that way you have like her in a dire situation where like people are coming after her, and like Hobbs and Shaw have to protect her. You need that. That provides a threat.
Sure.
Mhm.
So it should be
Make
like
things
in
difficult.
some major science facility in a major city.
Yeah.
Like where are we? We're on Samoa at this point. Like where can we move it
Well,
to? Well, let's
or
not
we
move
could
it to
be-
like 3 Mile Island or wherever the fuck this movie's
I mean,
supposed to take
we
place.
could be somewhere near
Was
Samoa.
is it like Kiev or something like that, or Ukraine?
Ukraine
Is it meant to be Chernobyl?
Yes, it was actually Chernobyl. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no radiation anywhere. Okay.
No, they're immune to it. They're superheroes.
Of course, yeah. like not Chernobyl. Let's move it to where like
somewhere close to Samoa that they can get there in
maybe
a
an
reasonable amount of time.
Arctic reach.
I don't know my
Where is Samoa
geography.
exactly? Is it Hawaii?
It's like west of Hawaii. You're encroaching into like the Philippines. It's
Could it be on the
so-
Philippines?
It's in
you
the
think?
Pacific.
It's in the Pacific. Okay, so let's go to like
Hong Kong, guys. It's
Hong Kong. Yeah, Hong Kong Research
close enough.
Facility.
Okay, cool.
Possibly
Perfect.
that, or if you want to go even further north, go into like hidden Russian
Yeah.
facility,
Well,
like that
they-
way you said in like the Arctic.
Well, they haven't been to Hong Kong yet. We already been to the Arctic and Fate of the Furious.
True.
But
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
we can
Big ass
do it at
fucking
Not
Hong Kong.
submarine.
you don't want to encroach on anybody.
he
Yeah, get
punched
the-
a torpedo.
As much
That
as I hate,
happens too.
as much as I would
That
hate to
happens
set a
too.
movie in China because it's like, hey, we're going for the Chinese. As much as I hate that bullshit,
This is convenient.
and it's just such a fucking scam to do that with movies. I hate it so much.
It works,
Like,
though.
Oh yeah, it works.
It
Well,
works.
no, not anymore.
That's what.
Not anymore.
Well,
now.
Mulan should have been filmed in Georgia.
Now that the entire country is on fucking lockdown.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. I guess you could put it in Hong Kong. I guess
Japan. I mean, Japan's right
So-
there.
Japan's
somewhere like that. Maybe like India. Did they?
Yeah.
No, we don't have a lot of the stuff in India. We don't, and I'm sure they have like tech places in India.
Well,
sure
they obviously have IT support there. So.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. So,
It's a joke, not a dick. Don't take it so hard.
so anyway,
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Do you guys remember when NBC tried to do The Office but set in a call
Oh, I
center?
remember that. Oh, that was so
You know,
fucking awful.
That was
Set in
actually
a what?
based on an indie movie.
Yeah.
How
yeah.
long did that last?
out-
Not even a
outsourced.
One
season.
season. One season.
Oh, of course they did.
Outsourced.
Oh.
Yep.
It's sad that I know this outsourced. It was based on an indie film. It was actually like a dramedy, and they tried to make it like you said, like The Office. I know exactly what you're
that
talking
doesn't
about.
seem like a good idea.
No, at least the Indian characters were played by
Indian actors.
Middle Eastern,
Yeah.
possibly, most likely actual Indian actors.
Yeah.
But still,
Yeah, but The Office is so much like it
It's
takes
of
everything
it's
from
of
its culture.
It's of its location.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
takes everything
It's
from its
it's
culture.
of like that's what
American
Scranton
boss.
feels like.
Yeah, it's an,
like from
There's
what I could
nothing
tell,
else going on in Scranton.
Exactly.
from what I could tell, and like what I had seen about the movie and the show, it was almost like that tonal shift with the two versions of MASH, from like the film version of MASH
Oh,
to the
yeah.
TV version
Oh
of MASH.
yeah.
So, or at least the first few seasons of MASH. Like that's what outsourced kind of. I think it was like MASH mixed with The Office. It was weird.
Yeah.
It was really weird. But yeah, I don't even think it was one season. So Yeah, interesting concept, but they definitely did not stick that landing at all.
No.
No. Little borderline white savior too for comedy.
Oh, wonderful.
It's like,
Yeah.
how do you get white savior into your comedy? I'm confused here. Outsourced it in,
What are they
apparently.
saving? What is he
The
saving?
white guy is the only funny one on the show, I guess. Maybe.
God.
Well, he was marrying the one girl who was in like an arranged marriage.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
I see.
he was like
Oh,
he was like
right.
he
That's
was
how
a
you do it.
clone of Jim who wanted to bang one of the Indian women.
Right,
It was just
right.
awkward as fuck.
So just
Yeah.
The Office with different racial groups in it.
Pretty
then.
much.
The social commentary you could do on that show was more interesting than anything actually in the show.
Bingo.
There you go.
Yeah.
So we're in India.
Say
and
back
there's-
to
We're
back to a
moving
better
into
idea.
India. What
Okay.
what major landmarks are in India?
The Taj Mahal, which
Yeah,
wouldn't be anywhere near.
I mean, if,
We're not going to go anywhere near the Taj
Yeah, exactly.
Mahal.
There's nowhere near that.
We're not going to put the facility under the Taj Mahal.
no, you could do like a train fight or something after they get out of the facility that's taking the virus out. I was going to say toxin, but that's not what it was.
well,
Whatever it is.
let's
bad
get to the
bad
end.
MacGuffin thing.
Right.
Because like everything, the whole third act takes place in or around the facility. But I mean, again, it's all flexible, so we can figure it out. But
They have to extract the tesseract from her.
I mean,
They extract the ether.
Yeah, that's more accurate.
Yeah.
But anyway, so so once they figure out where they is, they go break in, and they are ambushed immediately as soon as they break in because I mean, obviously. And then they fight their way to Hattie. Wait, hold on, where am I at? Okay, they fight their way to Hattie, and where they're ambushed again, this time by drones. And so Hobbs is like, this is fucking pointless. And he throws Shaw out of the room, locks him out, and is like, find Owen, stop this, and I'll get her out and figure out what to do from here. And he's like, just trust me. I did think about this. I'm not just, this makes sense. I'm not like, it's not flying by the seat of my pants. And so Deckard goes to find Owen. Meanwhile, Hobbs fights the ambush, foils the ambush, I said. Maybe a callback to the first action scene, because, I mean, you're still in the Ession facility again. You can
Okay.
Do some stuff, I don't know. He makes it
Hey,
to
what a
Hattie.
concept. Do callbacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Rule
I
of
know, right?
threes. There you go.
It's a miracle. Makes it to Hattie and starts letting her out. Because, yeah, let's say they're in the middle of the extraction process. He starts, actually, no, sorry, not in the middle of the extraction process. They just have her trapped. And so they let Hattie out. Oh, he starts to let her out, but before he can finish, Brixton comes back and starts fucking him up again. But Hobbs started the escape. Hattie finishes it, and so together they hold him off, trying to get the key from him, which he still has.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Deckard finds Owen and tries to convince him of what Hobbs taught him. I said, sometimes you can't think about the odds. You just have to try. You can still turn your life around. Actually try it instead of trying to go back to what's easiest.
Gotta live your life 1/4 mile at a time.
Ugh.
Exactly. No, not that. Not that.
They tried copying that in that horrible movie Torque.
Oh God, I forgot that existed.
That's the dumbest line I've ever heard.
So many knockoffs came out.
God.
Yeah. So they briefly fight, and then he pulls a Winter Soldier, and to break his programming, he lets him just beat on him. He's like, I'm sorry about everything that happened. I'm sorry you ended up like this. I shouldn't have continued the cycle of violence, but I'm sorry I let them do that to you. I'm sorry I let them hurt you like that.
I'm with you to the end of the line.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And so,
I'll quote all the other movies. God damn it!
This is Statham saying this. He gets the shit
yeah,
beat
he
out of him.
said, he's saying this to Owen, apologizing and everything. But since the programming is relatively fresh compared to Brixton, it does break after a while, even though Shaw's been fucked up already. He's got hurt. But the programming breaks and they reconcile. The two are on the same. They're on the side now. Owen's on their team. So now we have all the Shaws in Hobbs, which is something I wanted to do. Anyway,
Hobbs and Shaw's is
'cause, I mean, we had all the Hobbs. Let's get the Shaws.
That's how you get the lead speak for the sequel, Hobbs and Shaw 2.
Oh no.
The 2 is where the S
No,
would
no,
be.
no, no,
I
no, no.
hate
Please,
that's
no.
exactly what they're going to do.
They're gonna bring Owen in and be like, Hobbs is in Shaw's too.
and it's so sad that until now I completely forgot that Owen actually was helping at the end of 8 as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was.
Like he shows up for like a couple bits of the action.
I forgot too. It was
And
barely in there.
he even has that joke where he like looks out the back of the airplane. It's like, don't remind me. It's like, hey, remember how I
That's
almost
funny.
died on the back of an airplane?
That's funny. I mean, you might as well not bring him in at that point. Just leave Deckard. Just let Deckard be.
It's like
the
you don't see him
Shaw.
after that either. It's like, yeah, we got Luke Evans for one day.
Yeah, for one scene, whatever.
Remember when I was in Dracula Untold? Nope, that was a movie.
Nope.
Beginning of the Dark Universe.
And then the Mummy, the beginning of the Dark Universe.
Do you,
Rest in peace, Dark Universe 2017 to 2017.
and now the Invisible Man, the beginning of the
Dark
Dark
Universe.
Oh, but wait, it's really not. That's Leo Whannell just giving the middle finger to the Dark Universe.
Right.
It's like, yeah, if I'm going to do this, it's not going to be part of anything.
Do you think Universal like opened an actual cursed tomb to make these films, and that's why the world's going to shit?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They did
No,
this.
they
to us.
moved King Tut's body.
Wow.
They
Yeah, I
did.
read that.
Recently,
I read
they
that.
moved King Tut's body, and it's like,
Oh.
put it back.
Why would you do that?
You fuckers,
Put it
put it
back.
back.
Why would
Put
you
it
do
back,
that?
you fuck.
There's been enough movies about this. Why would you do that?
Why would you even
Don't
think...
you fuckers ever watch any horror movies? Put it back.
Somebody
Like, don't
drank
worry
the mummy
about it.
juice. I know it happened.
Goddamn.
Like, just
forgot that
don't,
was a thing.
just don't worry about it, man. Just
Jesus.
anyway.
Wow.
So okay. Unfortunately, they're on the same side, but unfortunately, Owen's final plan, which would be, haven't thought of it exactly, but I know I want the building to be in the middle collapsing or something like that, or maybe dropping the floor. I don't know, but they're in the middle.
Hey,
of,
skyscraper.
Maybe he was like a triple agent at this point, and his plan was to take down Edion to like clear.
He was originally working for MI6
Right,
undercover, and then he got captured, and then was put another cover on top of that.
right,
There you go.
Okay.
because he's the criminal mastermind. So
He is.
It's convoluted, but it's appropriately convoluted.
Yeah.
The movie's already goofy at this point anyway,
Right,
so who
exactly.
cares?
True.
because then it could be like the program's broken, and he goes, "Oh shit, I set bombs off."
There we go. He's like, oh shit, I was about to blow that up, wasn't I? Yeah, he could be about to blow up the extractor, like whenever it. I don't know, whatever.
Reminds me of
you got
Lethal
the
Weapon
idea.
3 when they try to defuse the bomb.
Oh,
And he's
God.
like, all right, we're top. Grab that cat.
Grab the what? Grab the cat?
Got the cat.
Okay.
Oh, my
So
God.
anyway, Hattie, yeah, okay, and Hattie has mere minutes to get the virus removed. So Hobbs and Hattie managed to get the key off of Brixton. We can have that be still to play off the Jackie Chan scene or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And then Deckard and Owen reunite with them. And so Owen's apologizing, and The Rock says, if you want forgiveness, you take this key, you get that virus out of her before it kills her. And so that's
How did
Owen,
she get it in her in the first place?
she injected herself.
Oh,
when
so
she
we're
got
sticking with
captured.
the same opening?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
same opening, but
Yeah.
instead of escaping, she was about to get captured, and that's why she injected herself.
Okay, gotcha.
So then sorry, I lost my place. Okay, so yeah, Owen goes to take Hattie to remove the virus. You can have fight scenes in there as much as you want to. Meanwhile, Hobbs and Shaw face off against Brixton one last time. Unfortunately, Shaw's been fucked up, and Hobbs, I said, has lost the use of an arm. I don't know where I want to put that, but his arm's broke.
Again.
Or it's
Again.
popped out of its socket and can't put it
Yeah,
back in or
but this
something.
time he can't just flex out of it. Like, no. His arm's actually broken. The deck is stacked against him, which I actually
Show like
should be.
show like a bone sticking out or something. Like
Jesus.
that way it's like, okay,
Honestly.
you literally can't fix that. You can't
'Cause
just
everybody will
pop it back
assume.
in.
Everybody will be like, why didn't you just pop it back in? No, that's not how that works.
That's not how that works.
To show a lump under the skin. Once it's out of the skin, you've gone R.
Oh,
true.
Oh, yeah.
So
Just like that
a
shouldn't
lump-
look like that.
A lump under the skin, like, hey, what did he do to you? He fucked you up, didn't he? Anyway, they fight, but they're actually a team now. They actually use teamwork to cover each other's deficiencies. Like Hobbs takes some hits for Shaw since he knows Shaw is at the end of his rope. Meanwhile, Shaw sets up ways for Hobbs to actually come in and hit him. I wanted to say The Rock.
Right.
They're just there.
Yeah,
they are their own
exactly.
characters.
It's the same thing. But anyway, I wanted it to end with Shaw doing something. I don't know if I want him to just kick him or if I want him to like set something in motion to knock Brixton into Hobbs for Hobbs to rock bottom him onto a spike.
Ooh.
Because
Ow.
I want rock bottom back. Like that was so dope when he did it in Fury 7. Bring it back. We can have it be a running gag in the Hobbs and Shaw thing.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway, and so Brixton, his spine's broken. He's out of commission. Hobbs apologizes to Brixton for everything that happened, for making all of this happen, but Brixton's too far gone, and he dies with hate in his eyes. At the same time, Owen and Hattie successfully get the virus out just in time. So, movie's over. In the end, Hobbs goes back to retirement, but he's determined to be more careful. He knows he can appreciate life, and he knows that, I can't lose you. I almost did. He's talking about his daughter. Deckard is officially pardoned since he actually helped. I don't know if I wanted to make this whole thing public. If it is public, if it isn't public, then he's not pardoned. But
do it like the Punisher TV show, where it's like, we gave you a new identity. It's like, do it like that
again.
Yeah, again. Or
But
have him like, you know what, you were pretty good. We'll employ you as a freelance contractor or something like
okay.
that.
Frank Castle, your new identity is Tim Fortress.
So instead of Mr. Nobody giving him something, it's a DSS. Like, you work
What
for
does DSS
us.
stand for? I don't even
Who
know.
knows? I don't know.
The Department of something security.
Social Security.
the drive
what
of
it
solid
is.
state.
They go after the old people to make sure they get their checks.
2042, you ain't gonna get shit.
But so yeah, okay. Let's say that DSS is like, work with us and we'll give you a new identity. We won't come after you. Just keep your head fucking down. Meanwhile, Owen is on the run because he kind of has to be. He did all this still. But everyone, him, Hattie, and Hobbs, Hattie, and Deckard are determined to help him clear his name one day. And Hattie went back to MI6, but she's close with Hobbs still. She's friends with him. And just Deckard's just living a much better, happier life. Actually keeping in contact with his friends and sisters, making friends, just trying now. And oh no, that's the Rise of Skywalker. It's in the same document. Yeah, that's
I was like, wait,
no,
what?
no, not the movie.
have
pitch
it
is in
end
the
with
same
like
document.
Hobbs like asking Hattie out or something like that.
I mean, maybe, yeah.
That's like your
ending.
ending is like they call each other and it's like, hi, and that's the end. Cut the
Okay,
black.
I like that. Yeah,
The
just-
one thing that makes him awkward.
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
easy to make like a callback, like something we can in the movie. You can bring that back, be like, hey, so that, or hey, remember that, or
Because they never. This feels like the entire ending was reshot to this movie.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like, because it not only is it all like a green screen or a cheap set, like that whole helicopter thing did look like a cheap set.
Oh, yeah.
Like, by the way, they all survived that. Fuck you.
yeah, like what the fuck?
Like, there's
There's that
there's
crash.
no way.
There's a helicopter crash, and then the car crashed down with next to it. How? They're fighting right after it.
Yeah.
How?
But like, you can just tell like,
Cause movie.
because things were set up like the two of them like kind of look at each other like very briefly, like they flirt each other inside the cab of that truck,
Yeah.
and then it
Yeah.
never comes back up again.
Nope.
Never
Well,
comes back
I
up.
mean, on the airplane when they were talking shit, when him and Shaw were talking shit.
No,
to
no,
each
no,
other.
no. I'm talking like with him, the Hobbs and Hattie.
Yeah, well, I mean, they brought up the fact that he was interested again.
Yeah.
but they never had any other moments. No.
Yeah, that's
Him and-
it's like
yeah.
clearly just like, oh, we're just gonna just change everything at the end because fuck it.
We're
Do you,
gonna-
do you think that was done in an effort to not be formulaic? You know what I mean? Like, oh, does our hero have to end up with a girl in the movie?
Subverts your expectations.
Right. Yeah.
Directed by
Okay,
Ryan
sure.
Johnson.
Sure, but yep, that's the pitch. That's it. Just
So you've added character motivations.
yeah,
Reasons for the characters to interact,
yeah,
You've cut down the number of locations. Thank God.
yes,
Right.
Definitely needed that.
and then linked the extractor back into the bad guys instead of it just being like a random virus extractor.
Exactly. To make things make sense. That's
Right.
all. Just connect. Everything should be there for a reason. That's it. Just simple stuff.
I think
I feel like that's like most like scripts like this for like dumb action movies. Like simple fixes can make it good.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
'Cause, I mean,
Like-
it doesn't have
like-
to be complicated. It's a dumb action movie.
Like compared to like it's probably a weird comparison. Fury Road. Like it's the simplest shit.
yeah.
The simplest shit just makes the whole
Go
thing
there
work.
and then
Yeah.
go back.
Go there, go back. Give characters a reason to go there and go back. There you
Yeah.
go. It's dumb.
Right.
It's not meant to be very intelligent. It's just it's efficient.
Right.
Mhm.
It's very efficient.
Mm-hmm.
I think Hattie should be stealing the virus from Etienne. Like she's been watching it be developed, and now that it's like done, she wants to take it from them.
Okay.
Make her not
Yeah,
an
yeah,
MI.
yeah.
Maybe
I like
because
that.
her being an MI6 agent kind of asks the question like, okay, you're related to one of the most well-known criminal masterminds in the world. I don't know if we want to hire you.
Right.
It just brings up all kinds of questions of legality.
yeah.
Like
true.
it's
Yeah,
not.
fair.
Yeah,
Fair.
make her also like another thief on the side. That because they established that in the film the two of them were like a pair working to do shit as kids.
Yeah.
Like, why one of them become a cop and why the other one become a thief?
She could
Shouldn't
be like
they both be doing the same thing?
She could be like a thief for good or for like less bad than
Like
For less bad.
so like a Catwoman. There you go.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, there we go. She's a Catwoman-esque person.
Considered a villain, but not really.
Yeah, she takes what she needs to survive.
Anti-hero.
And other than
Anti-hero,
that,
there
she's
you go.
like, there's a lot of bad shit going on in the world,
Yeah.
and still want there to be like, fuck my mom.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Vin Diesel wants to.
So can we address like the fact that Jason Statham and who's the actress that plays her?
Oh, fuck if I know.
But anyways,
I
like
know it too.
they're cast to be brother and sister, but they look like they're cast to be a couple.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking
Yeah,
weird.
I
Like
agree.
they
They don't look
chemistry
related
is,
at all.
Vanessa
chemistry-
Kirby.
That's
the,
Vanessa Kirby.
The chemistry is all wrong.
Oh, yeah.
They need a different actress in this.
They didn't really seem like brother and sister to me.
No, they seem like a little something
I
different.
didn't get that.
That happens so often in films.
Yeah.
In Time,
Oh,
Olivia
yeah.
Wilde and Justin Timberlake
The
as
sexual
mom and
tension
son,
between
and I'm
the
like,
two of them, like,
no, they want to fuck.
wow, that's fucking weird.
This is strange. Also, the dad of the other character that he ends up with, I can't remember the actress's name. She's Amanda Seyfried. There we go.
Yeah.
Her and her dad also have this like weirdness.
Ugh. That's just a fucked up bad movie all the way around.
What was the Stephen King movie with incest in it?
You could name
The
like
Running Man.
3 or 4 of them.
Really?
The one where
No.
the mom and dad, the mom and son were like creatures or something, and they were like really like they basically fucked.
Oh yeah, and they made a movie about it with the cat face people.
yes,
Um,
cat face people.
I think Stephen
like a
King
TV
directed that.
Sounds right.
Cat people?
It's like I think it's a TV movie. It's Tommy Knocker. Is that the one with the toilet?
That's the
monsters?
that's the Alien Invaders.
with the that come out of the toilet.
This is like
No,
this is like shapeshifters in a small town.
it's not
yeah.
the Mangler.
All right, hang on.
Not the Langoliers. Not
No.
the Golden.
Langoliers.
The Golden Ears?
No, it's not
No.
that.
Go-
Golden Girls?
I'll know it as soon as I hear it, but I just cannot
Ah,
remember it right
shit.
now.
Well,
don't
I
know.
mean, I have the
you
internet.
have the internet
Yeah,
in
the
front
internet.
of
The
you.
interwebs.
And I know that Stephen King directed it, so we can go right to his page.
Didn't he only direct
Maximum Overdrive. I thought that was his only film.
Yeah,
I-
I know he probably wrote a script for a TV.
Didn't he make somebody go blind?
Sleepwalkers.
Yes,
That's what it was.
Sleepwalkers.
Sleepwalkers.
There
That's
you
Charles
what it was.
Brady and his mother Mary are
Yes.
sleepwalkers, nomadic, shape-shifting energy vampires. That's all I had to read.
Yep.
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
one. That's the one.
Yeah, in
And they-
Maximum Overdrive, there was some kind of mistake with like it's like a piece of wood went into the cinematographer's eye.
Okay,
And,
that's what I thought
and
it
he
was.
got sued.
Because he insisted
When
on
full-
having real lawnmowers.
When
Yeah.
full fucking Lucio Fulci. Jesus Christ.
yeah, he actually half blinded the cinematographer.
Yep.
Well, he's lost
A
his job.
cinematographer.
Yeah, he's out of work now.
That's his
Hey.
whole. He has
That's
to
his
see.
job. His
He
job
has
is to use his
see.
eyes.
Stephen King does not want to talk about that movie.
No, he
Ooh,
never
I
talks
wonder
about
why.
it.
No, like I think the Vestron video label that Lionsgate's been doing, they did their own special edition and they reached out to him and he very, very, very politely declines. Like, it's great what y'all are doing with all these films. It's great that you want to do that with this. Really don't want to talk about it.
I was
Like, it was very cordial,
Yeah.
very sincere.
I was on
I
hella
respect that.
cocaine.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
I do not
Yeah.
want
Oh,
to.
yeah.
You've
I
seen
do not
him-
want.
If you see him in the trailer for the movie, Jesus fuck.
Oh, his eyes are bugging out of his head.
Ooh boy, full
I think,
Tony
I think he
Montana.
actually does this. He actually rubs it under his
Oh,
nose.
Probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
Steven. Oh,
He just did
Steven.
a rail.
Stevie
Yeah.
boy.
Oh,
The
Steven.
80s were a hell of a time.
I think it Chapter 2 is getting done in May. Somebody
I still,
messaged
need to,
me
watch,
about
I still
that.
need to watch it. I've seen the first one. Have not
It's,
seen chapter 2.
It's
It is
not
a-
good.
It is
I
a
wouldn't-
disjointed mess of a film.
Yeah.
sad.
It is ugly as fuck.
I like
too.
the first
like
one.
the CGI is terrible. Like the werewolf in the supermarket looks like you literally just dropped that in, didn't you? You
I
didn't light it
agree
for
with
that, did you?
Sometimes scenes happen
For no reason.
it's just scenes happen.
yeah.
The scene
That's
with the
the
bully
pro-
happened for
That's
no
the
reason.
well, that's the problem with the book is that it's just disjointed scenes mostly.
Yeah.
The book is a mess. Like
That's
it's
why the first one.
no
sorry.
turtle though. No world turtle. Unfortunately, they still
No.
don't have that.
There was a reference to it in one of the
There's a
like
reference.
the pottery art.
Yeah.
There's a turtle drawn
and
onto
the
it.
turtle wax
And no
Right.
preteen gangbang.
No.
Thank
And I'm okay.
fucking God.
I'm okay with that not
But
being
not
there.
there. That does
Yeah.
not need to be anywhere near
Boy,
that movie.
vey. Speaking of too much
Wow.
cocaine,
Steven,
Wow.
what the fuck, Steven?
Lots of coke. Lots of
Stevie,
coke.
Stevie boy.
Drugs are a hell of a drug.
Yeah. But
Drugs are a hell of a drug.
yeah.
It's true.
Jesus.
I like this. give your characters purpose.
Yes.
Yes.
Is the lesson of this.
And
What a
conflicts.
shock.
Hobbs and Shaw brothers.
I'm seeing a running theme of the movies you decide to fix on this, and in
Okay.
that they're usually mostly fine, kind of mindless.
This is like an
And-
airplane movie.
yeah, and
this
it
is
just
airplane
needs that
movie.
injection of like make me care.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, AVP, perfect. Yep. Fantastic Four. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're actually right. I didn't even notice, but yeah. Everything is like the pieces are there, just make something that matters. Make something that you care about.
The pieces of the pizza are there. Just put some toppings on it, please.
Yeah. yeah.
Like, I don't want just bread
Sauce
and cheese.
base.
No.
I don't just want a flatbread with sausage.
With Vienna sausage.
References.
Give me some garlic and butter, please.
Right. That's cool. I like that.
Oh man.
Just improve your movie.
Yeah.
These are my favorite episodes. I like the easy pitches of like do Serenity, but it's a Pixar movie
Yeah.
because that's good and clickbaity. But I really like the
Fantastic Beasts, except it's a Western.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but just do it better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You know what I
Just
mean?
do
Like,
it better.
Everything
And
you
here's
did,
how you
do
can.
it better.
Here's how
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Get that
really-
A for effort.
And I just wanted. I wanted to like the movie so bad. I really like. He's basically it's turning it. They were leading into a superhero, or it seemed like they were going to.
Yeah.
Make it. Idris Elba being the bad guy that's literally superhuman.
Yeah.
Like okay, but no, it
So
was okay.
I have a theory of how this whole thing ends
Hmm.
in the Fast and Furious universe.
Okay, shoot.
Okay.
It's not good,
Oh God.
which is why I think it's going to happen.
Okay.
I think that well, I said it earlier. They're definitely going to try to Spectre this whole thing and have Charlize Theron be like
The
have-
person that's orchestrating everything. From
right,
the
like
background.
from at least
It was I that wanted those DVD players stolen back in
Oh
2000.
my god.
how have they not lampshaded that at this point? Like any character could just look over it. Remember when we were just stealing VHS
That'd be
players?
so easy. Like that's such an easy joke.
Life
right
used to
there.
be so quaint.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's what I think's going to happen. She's going to be the reason for everything,
Okay.
and her master plan has been eugenics, and she's been enhancing all of these characters as some kind of test run.
That's why they're so superhuman at this
That's
point.
why they're so superhuman,
okay.
and it's going to go full sci-fi. I mean, we're basically like
Full ham.
yeah, we're basically knee deep in sci-fi at this
Yeah,
point.
definitely.
Yeah.
Especially Hobbs and Shaw.
With
Yeah, Hobbs and Shaw definitely out of all of them is definitely the most.
I'm sorry, God's Eye.
yeah, that was that. Yeah,
Hobbs and Shaw is still more in my opinion.
Yeah,
Hobbs and Shaw is more, but they're definitely leaning into it to get the crazy shit that they want for these crazy actions and all that. Yeah.
my favorite part of 8 so in 7 there's this computer program written that's called God's Eye
Okay.
that is basically control the internet,
Yeah.
Okay.
right? And
Or
then
control satellites.
yeah, and like it lets you see and hear everything everywhere. So it's
Until they nerf it in the 8th one.
and then in the
It's like,
eight-
what about God's Eye? Eh.
yeah, like literally they go, oh,
Yeah,
remember the last
exactly.
movie, that thing we stole? We could use it for this situation. They go, nah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Some bullshit explanation.
But I think God's Eye is going to have been made by Etienne,
Okay, makes sense.
and I think it's Charlize Theron's thing.
Okay.
And she's testing out eugenics and like cyber people, and it's going to go full like Power Rangers campy. Vin Diesel's going to get an
I can see that.
exoskeleton.
Yeah, yep.
I'm not kidding.
No,
like
I absolutely agree. Like I think that's exactly where it's going. It
this
makes
is how
sense.
they get to space.
So they can actually finish
The
the
final
franchise.
fight.
Well,
So the 10th film will just be Machete in Space.
Yeah.
Directed by Robert Rodriguez.
well, he is doing Mandalorian now.
Oh,
Robert Rodriguez.
He's directing
Not-
episodes of
not surprised.
Mandalorian.
Ooh.
Not surprised.
The
Ooh.
talent they brought on for season 2 is like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
Who
And
else
now
they
they got
bring on?
Rosario Dawson as what's her name?
Oh, yeah,
Ahsoka
From-
Tano.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
here for that. I'm here for that. I saw that.
Like I said, oh, she's playing this character. It's like, I have no idea who that is. And they showed the picture from Clone Wars. Like, oh, that character from
Right.
a show I never watched.
If they ever
You
get the
should watch
fucking industry
Clone
back
Wars.
up again.
you should watch Clone Wars. It's quite good.
Evidently. Just
It's,
not the movie.
Nah.
Heard
No,
the,
not
I
the
heard the
movie.
movie was ass, but the show was good.
The show is good.
The
It's
movie
like-
is 3 episodes strung together.
That's also what I heard.
And
Like,
that's-
hey, let's
I
just
mean-
do this instead.
and
I'm
that's
like,
what the
no.
show is. Just a series of 3 episodes, 2-3 episodes, and but it's all like good stuff. And
Yeah.
if it's not good, you're not there for too long.
Like, it's technically canon from what I read.
Yeah.
It is.
So,
canon.
but between episodes 2 and 3, I believe.
Yeah,
Two
yeah.
and
It's the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though.
Obviously.
I can't be bothered because fuck Star Wars.
I
got too much shit to do.
I saw one of those secret clickbaity. There's a secret villain in Clone Wars that you're never gonna guess who, and then like all the quote tweets are like, "I wonder if Anakin's gonna turn bad."
I hate the internet sometimes. I hate the internet.
God damn it.
I wonder.
I love that. I haven't watched Clone Wars. I could now.
You got time.
I have the time.
Got tons of
Like
time.
I'll say this: the original trilogy, Force Awakens, and the Clone Wars are the only Star Wars, and now Mandalorian, the only Star Wars properties that actually make me happy now.
Yeah.
So like 2/3 of it.
Yeah,
That's
I
like
guess.
1/3
If-
of
I'd
it,
say
dude.
if that.
You have the spin-off movies too.
I mean,
No, that's
oh
fair.
yeah,
I
Yeah,
don't
no.
hate Rogue One.
I like the end of Rogue One. That's it. Like,
Last act is pretty good. It would be great if I actually gave a shit about anybody, and it wasn't just 3 Shades of Concrete.
you said the
color.
Last Jedi. What'd you say?
Rogue
No,
One.
Rogue One.
okay.
Rogue
The
One
last
is like
act.
so goddamn.
last act.
It's so goddamn ugly.
Yeah, but the way they shoot them last scenes, like they make it actually like a war movie. Like yes,
Yeah.
give me all that.
Literally Star Wars.
And then seeing
And it was way different.
and then seeing the ground level, like the stormtroopers going against Darth Vader, like seeing how they would react to seeing a fucking Sith Lord.
which was
One of the
completely
space wizard with-
reshot.
Exactly, one of the best reshoots ever.
Yeah,
I know.
but then of course it adds in the logic error of like at the open. It's supposed to lead directly into New Hope.
Yeah.
Vader says, I've been tracking you since you left the planet. You have secret plans pertaining to Imperial activities." And she says, "No, I'm on an Imperial mission for Alderaan." And it's
Like,
like
bullshit,
like,
Leia.
I just fucking saw you. I just fucking saw you.
Don't lie
Stop
to me.
lying, bitch.
I see you read.
It creates a giant plot error. They fixed one problem just to create another.
Don't
Like,
bullshit me.
like I said yesterday, with regards of like BVS, where like the extended cut supposedly makes the movie better. It's like it's like that cartoon of some guy plugging a hole at the front end of his boat just for another hole to spring up
Yeah,
at the
it's
back
pretty-
end
yeah,
that he
that's
can't
pretty much all
plug.
it
Or
is.
that BB-8 scene in The Last Jedi.
Oh,
where
yeah.
he's sticking his head in his stuff.
Exactly.
yeah.
Oh man.
Star Wars already did it.
Fuck.
My favorite part of Rogue One is when they're escaping from the Kyber crystal planet
Yeah.
because they're shooting it with the Death Star test.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Jeddah.
Jeddah.
Yep, Jeddah.
And they're all running to the ship to get away from the explosion, and Saw Gerrera's like, "Nah, I'm just gonna die." He's
I
like
didn't
right next to the
understand.
ship,
He's
and he's
literally
like,
right there, dude.
He's like,
No,
just
I'm good.
go.
"I'll just die."
Which apparently was also
Like, I'm
all
good here.
reshoots, yeah, because they changed his hair.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Originally, he
yeah.
had a shaved head, and then they
Saw
added hair.
Gerrera was such a wasted character, and I'm so upset by that.
He was even. He's even weirder in the Fallen Order, the Jedi game Fallen
Oh, he's in
Order.
Fallen Order?
Yeah, he's in it.
Is
I
it
know
also
he's in-
voiced by Forrest Whitaker?
Yeah,
Wow.
and his character's nothing like he is in the movie.
I'm sure.
Brilliant.
He didn't have character in the movie, so.
Well, because he was supposed to be like crazy space ISIS,
Mm,
right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he's supposed to. Well, he's supposed to be like an insurgent, like leader,
Right.
but like
But
more
then he
crazy.
doesn't do any insurging.
Exactly.
Right.
Like,
He
you
just
set him
kinda-
up and then you don't do anything with him.
He just kind of there, and then he makes Bodhi weird, the pilot weird, and that's pretty
Like
much
all of Rogue One, it's fan service.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
guys watch Clone Wars? There you go. There it is.
Right.
It's just a way of tying back in the
How
prequels to the new
Borgoli.
stuff.
it. How about you take these characters, learn why we like them, and then have them serve a function in the movie.
Hey,
Like,
Hobbs
right?
and Shaw.
Right? Yeah.
Why do we like these characters? Well, there you go.
Because the Rock's real big,
Exactly.
and Jason Statham's real small next to him.
You know what Weekly Planet said? Do y'all listen to Weekly Planet?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a podcast. I love Australia, but anyway, they said the real
I
difference.
love Australia when it's not on fire.
Yeah, unfortunately, but they said the real difference between these two: one does one big punch, and the other one does a series of small punches. That's the only difference.
Right.
And we need more than that.
Yeah.
we need,
One's big, one's tiny.
yeah, we need more than that.
He's not even tiny. He's just tiny next to the Rock.
Exactly. Which
Yeah,
everybody
good
is.
point,
Which
good
sums
point.
up
Which
most
everybody
people.
is.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart though is just tiny.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That's why they're such a hilarious friendship.
You
They
know-
they
Oh, yeah.
are the modern day Abbott and
I-
Costello.
Yeah.
True.
I actually think what they were trying to do is have a Ryan Reynolds and Kevin Hart spinoff off of this spinoff.
Oh
Oh.
Jesus!
I think that's
Oh,
what they might
fuck.
be doing.
God.
I hate it so much it's gonna be real.
What would a spinoff of a spinoff be called?
Whatever they're.
Well, they've done it. Like the Godzilla movies have done that before.
That's true.
There's like Abbott and Costello meet the Wolfman. Like they've done spin-offs of spin-offs.
It'd be,
Yeah.
it'd be Reynolds and Hart. That's what it's called.
Reynolds.
Reynolds and
What
Hart.
what are their character names?
Who the fuck knows?
Locke and
Jaw.
Oh, what the hell is this?
Who would
Dinkley?
Dinkley.
Lock and Dink. Dink. Ill.
Yeah.
Locke
Let's
and,
change the
that
name.
sucks.
Locke and Dinkley.
Yeah, that sucks.
I would not. I would not watch that.
Abbott and Costello.
Just what would that conflict be? They're both funny,
They're both idiotic.
right? They both just want to
They're both desperate for attention.
from the Rock.
They're both desperate for
That's
attention
that's
from the
concept.
same
They're fighting
person.
over the rock. They're fighting over the rock.
They're fighting over who's better friends
Like,
with
no,
him.
he's my
Oh,
best
God.
friend. No, I'm his best friend. Yes, I love it. I love
Oh
it.
God.
It's worse.
And then the Roger says, "I don't like either of you guys."
Right.
Meanwhile, it's really the Rock and Jason Statham in a passion love affair.
I'm pretty sure it was the honest trailer for Fate of the Furious that implied that.
Yeah.
I mean-
Where they're like showing the footage of them in their separate jail cells, like
Oh,
pumping
yeah.
up, and then they have like the porn music
Right.
playing.
That's exactly what it is. They want to fuck, and they don't know how to deal with that.
Cut scenes from Pain and Gain.
right.
Gosh.
I've been meaning to watch that. Is it worth it?
No.
Yes.
No.
Absolutely.
You know it's based on a true story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
And
heard
you know that in the actual true story, they really did kill a guy.
Yeah.
They tortured and killed a
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. Didn't they
It's
actually
not-
like have
and they-
like a text on the screen saying this is still based on a
That's
true story?
the funniest part. That's the best joke
That's
of the
not,
movie.
It's not fucking funny though. It's like saying, "Hey, wasn't the Holocaust funny? Because hey, look at all those ribs." It's like it's not fucking funny.
I'm done.
He-
I'm done.
they barbecue
I
the
haven't seen
guy's
this many
hand.
ribs since I was at Tony Romo's. Oh,
Well, I mean, people
Jesus.
did make oven jokes about the Holocaust. So
That's
I mean,
true.
yes.
it-
All
it's-
right,
it's
fair
been
enough.
done before.
That's fair.
So what about that Jerry Lewis movie that will never be seen by the public?
What?
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
Jerry. There's
the
a
Jerry Lewis
yeah.
movie.
Jesse and I know about this. There's
know
a
about
Jerry
this.
Lewis film that he had shot. It's been conflicting as to whether or not it was a comedy, dramedy. I'm hoping more so dramedy.
But
where,
it had a ton of like anti-Semitic stuff in it.
Yeah,
really,
but wasn't-
really
but
nasty
wasn't Jerry
stuff.
Lewis also Jewish?
Well, he's like he figured, oh well, I'm Jewish, therefore it's okay I can say that.
It's
like,
one of those
It's like a
things.
black person being able to say the N-word. It's like it's allowed,
Mm.
but it's like it's still not okay to say that in like
No.
a massive public arena.
Oh.
Just-
Like the plot outline sounds almost like a Roberto Benigni movie almost.
yeah, like, it's
but yeah,
not.
but
It's like
he,
good.
he plays a clown. I think it's called like the clown who cried or something
Something
like
like that, yeah.
Where he was going to be a clown who tried to make children laugh before they had to be taken to the gas chamber. Yeah, and there's conflicting
Oh,
reports
fuck.
as to whether or not he actually finished it. Like some say it was unfinished, some say it was, and like apparently, first of all, it was never released for obvious reasons.
Oh, yeah.
Like Jerry Lewis, like even before like nearing the end of filming, was like, I don't like what I'm doing. Like he directed it, and he's like,
Yeah.
no, and he put it into like a vault, and like occasionally, like higher end celebrity friends are like, hey, can I see this? And he'll be like, all right, and so he would like take them into a screening room to watch what he had like cobbled together, and
Yeah.
then they'd be like, well, that's a movie that exists. Like I think it was Harry Shearer who said that he saw it. It's like it's something that you should say that you've seen, but whether or not it's good or ghastly, you're really not sure. Like it's such a this weird thing, and now that he's dead, there's been rampant rumors that it will be unleashed. But here's the thing: like apparently he had like stipulations, like when I pass away, there's this. Like it's in the Library of Congress or something like that, but can't be seen by the public until like 2026. It's something really weird. There's like articles upon articles upon articles
Wild.
about this unreleased film. It's really bizarre. There's behind the scenes footage. There's photos. This all does exist. You can at least see that on YouTube. It's really bizarre.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, like the movies you will never see, and that's one of them.
Love
And then
hearing
there's
about
like that.
behind-the-scenes
There's
shit.
that movie that's locked away for like what 100 years. That's
Oh.
directed by Robert Rodriguez, I think, with John Malkovich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Triumph of the Wills.
I can't remember what it was, but it was like this 100-year-old Scotch or whiskey or something to prove like how it's aged. So in like 100 years, people will see this movie that nobody who worked on it will have ever seen,
Wow.
or like people alive when it was worked on will have never seen.
That-
Jesus.
What a
world.
project.
What a
Yeah.
world we live in.
I want to say I want to live long enough to see it, but I don't know if it'll be worth it.
No, I think it's like a short film too.
Oh.
So it's like, God damn it.
If any of us live long enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway,
The world's crazy.
Yeah. So Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw was a movie. And
Is it even worth watching? I'd say no.
I think so for the first time.
Say Tango and
If you
Cash
like-
is worth watching.
If you like action movies, then I'd say it's worth it the first time. He's not as good as Chad Stahelski, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
some stuff in there.
Add some color to your fucking movies.
There's no color yet.
Yeah, how do you go to Samoa and it looks
it looks
that
like it
flat?
looks
Yeah.
drab. It looks
Yeah.
like brown. It's
I mean,
like-
that is
that's
the
it.
most colorful scene of the film, but still.
Well,
Because
by
it's in
comparison,
Samoa, it has to be.
Exactly.
by
It has to
comparison,
be.
but it's like it's like saying you've added some color to your gray room because you vomited onto the floor.
But then there had to be a fucking thunderstorm.
Oh yeah,
make
then
it
it's
gray.
gray again. It's like
It's night, then it's daytime briefly, and then it's a thunderstorm.
It's too bright. Do something
Shit,
about
what have I
that.
done?
Again, just trying very hard to not be a crisis movie is really what it is.
I feel like David Leitch was like, what would be some good shots? And the writers are like, what would be some good scenes? And they didn't collaborate on that at all. But, like, there was some, like, because, like, the shot where, at the beginning where Hattie did the whole, where she jumped onto the guy, kicked him, and then flipped and knocked him over. And
Yeah.
the way they did that, they did, like, an overhead shot. That was pretty cool.
Sure.
Like, there was some cool, like, shots in
That's
there.
in like every movie now. Like, every woman has that
Yeah.
ability to like leap around a guy.
Yeah.
Like every fucking film has it. It's like, guys, it's such a fucking cliche now.
Yeah, it's overused.
The Black Widow.
Like
The Black Widow move, the Black Widow
Right.
foot kick.
It's the centrifugal
The
force.
Heidi
attack.
Moneymaker.
It's like
Exactly.
it doesn't matter because it's like that only works if you're bigger than that person. If you're smaller than that person, it doesn't matter because you're still not going to be able to carry their weight.
Yeah, I mean,
So it's like
I think
it's
the idea
movie
is to-
logic,
to,
but it's
yeah,
like
throw people off their balance.
yeah, but it's
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like it still doesn't. It's such an overdone.
I like that we're getting women to fight now because before it was just I'm gonna kick you in the balls or I'm gonna lose. But and I do like that they're getting them to fight, but like they fight different ways, fighting different things. You know, everybody doesn't always flip. Everybody doesn't know sambo. Like
Yeah.
no, like
Not everybody knows like
Krav Maga.
yeah.
Krav Maga or what's the
Yeah, like, I mean,
Brazilian dance fighting. whatever.
Capoeira.
They can,
Capoeira.
like,
Not
they can
everybody
be
knows
scrappy.
Thank you, Only the Strong. A film that no one has seen, but they should.
that. But then you
As
like
cheesy as it is.
like I prefer like when people just like just punch each other. Like
Kick, punch,
Man,
it's
fuck-
all in the
I
mind.
mean, fuck the like 1995 Judge Dredd movies. Like you have the two women at the end of that movie just punching each other. They're just knocking each other.
That's fine.
They're just knocking the shit out of each other. Like
Right.
the
Yeah.
the biggest thing you got was a headbutt.
Right.
Yeah, they can be scrappy, and they can still find ways to win without having to flip on them.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson versus Ip Man.
Meh.
Ah,
There you go.
That's
Yeah.
like two diametrically opposed fighting styles.
Very true.
exactly.
I thought it makes it more interesting though.
Balrog versus Ryu. There you go.
There you go.
Or Fei Long.
Or fellow. Yeah.
I enjoy that. I enjoy the like dichotomy of fighting styles.
Yeah.
Or oh man, Who Am I? Where Jackie Chan fights the kicking guy and the
Yeah.
punching
Oh, yeah.
guy at the
Yep.
at
Oh
the
yeah,
end.
that's right. Yeah.
Versus Ron Smorenberg and a stunt double.
Right.
Remember when we went to MagFest years ago and there was that guy who was doing like different fighting styles for martial arts and Street Fighter?
Yeah.
And he was,
yeah.
and somebody asked who would get knocked out first. He immediately said, "Oh, Chun-Li," because she's like what 5'3" and like 150 pounds. Whereas, and who would win? Oh, Zangief, because he's like 400 pounds of muscle.
Right.
Like
It's the
at a
mountain
certain
from Game
at a,
of Thrones.
At a certain point, you can't physically take on a guy like that.
Right.
And that's why it's
Well,
so
if you
it's
don't
so
get hit.
unbelievable that anybody could beat The Rock in this movie. Because it's like, look at him, he's a fucking mountain.
I watched this movie recently called Behind the Mask, and it's a
I think I've heard of it.
it's like a mockumentary.
Oh, yeah.
Of wrestlers,
Of
I think.
a slasher?
No, of slashers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is.
That so it exists in a
Oh.
world where like Jason Voorhees and Mike Myers and Freddy actually
I
exist.
think I like where this is going. Okay.
Like they it is an assumed these people did these things for real. They even reference Chucky at
Oh.
one point.
Okay.
Even though that's not a mask, it's a doll. But okay.
Right. And this guy announces that he's the next serial killer.
Okay.
And he calls this documentary team in to like document the process, and basically it shows that everything that happens in a horror movie is forced and set up.
So kind of like a spin-off from
see
the
it.
ideas of Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah, well, I think it came out before Cabin
Yeah.
in the Woods.
Yeah, this is probably like
So-
late
I think
2000 era.
yeah, 2008.
8, maybe?
What is this
five?
called?
I've seen it, but it's been a long time
Behind
since
the
I've seen
Mask. Something.
It was probably inspired more by Scream then.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it
absolutely.
seemed like a Scream thing.
Anyways, the point I'm getting here, they establish
it. Rise of Leslie Vernon,
Lies of yeah. There you go.
2006.
They set up the idea that realistically, a serial killer guy versus like a teen woman, that's not a fair fight, and
Not.
there's no way that ends in any other way unless she gets one really good hit in first.
Yeah.
They say that about halfway through the movie,
Oh.
and then the film ends with her getting one really good hit in with an axe right out the gate and just like murks him.
That's hilarious.
It was really really well thought out. It was
That's
very
hilarious. I'm gonna definitely check that out. Is it on anything or is it just
smart.
around?
I think it's Amazon Prime. I think I watched it for free.
Man, I know they got that 30-day free Shutter thing now.
Yeah,
with the code shut in.
Yeah.
So
Ooh,
it could be on
ooh.
there. I wouldn't be surprised.
Ooh,
Yeah.
interesting. Good to
But
know.
like it's documentary style
Yeah.
until the end when the spoilers, I guess, the girl figures out that she is now becoming the final girl, and then it turns into a movie.
That's
Like
So it's kind of like the last broadcast.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
pretty
exactly.
cool.
Yeah, because that became popular because of Blair Witch. Like, oh, well, you seen Blair Witch? The last broadcast was first,
Right.
and
But
that was a little more
Blair
jarring.
Witch is the one that
though.
everybody saw, though.
Exactly, the one that actually ended up in theaters.
Shot in
Nothing
Maryland, right?
happens in that movie. Yeah.
True.
Oh, Blair Witch?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the point.
And I've,
The-
and I've
it's
met
not a-
Eduardo
it's-
Sanchez
it's not-
twice by
it's-
accident.
It's not about like the witch. It's about people losing their minds because
Yeah.
they're stuck in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
They don't know what to do. Like that's
Yeah.
the point. The witch isn't important.
This sounds very
Right.
timely and familiar.
Except
for the woods part.
Oh, jeez.
the Witch is safe
Eventually,
right
we're
now.
gonna be just fucking living in the woods if we can't pay our fucking mortgages.
Squatters' rights.
Film rescue show, movies, fun time, yay!
I
End it!
see. We've been going for 3 hours consistently just because, like, I'm gonna play video games when we're done.
'Cause there's nothing
I got
else
shit to
fucking
do. I still got to record a line and get it to them in like an hour and a half. So
Thank
I
you
got
for
shit to do as
reminding me.
well.
Okay, well then we'll end this. Thanks anyone that jumped in. I had my back to the computer, so I didn't see. I didn't see the Discord, but for anyone that
He's a
stayed and
great
listened,
host, guys. Great host.
eventually I'll figure this Discord thing out. I wish we could do video in it. We'll likely have
Then
to.
I have to do my hair.
We're gonna switch to. We'll probably have to switch to Twitch, but whatever.
At least you can monetize Twitch.
That's true.
We have to switch.
We could make money at this. What?
You got paid?
Yeah, that'll do it. Victor, thank you for your pitch.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for listening. Thanks
Absolutely.
for the ideas.
That'll do it for us. I think next time is Doom Annihilation and Bloodshot. We're doing those. the same weekend?
Bloodshot's next Saturday, and then Sunday is Doom Annihilation.
Right.
I'm trying to get somebody that's a big like Doom fanatic onto that episode.
Oh, nice.
I'm trying to reach out to them on Twitter.
Sure.
So
Awesome.
And I'll finally watch it.
it's not terrible. It's passable.
That's
Yeah.
what I heard.
It's very passable. It's
Better
like
than the first one?
oh, fuck. And like a dog turd is better than the first one.
Speaking of The Rock.
We have one imp costume.
God.
Make the best use of it.
We turned 4 guns into 5 in our short film.
It's very cheap. It's
Yeah.
a very cheap looking movie.
Sure.
Yeah, they only go to hell in like the last 10 minutes.
Well, at least
And
they
it
go to
doesn't-
hell.
It doesn't
Yeah,
even look. It doesn't
not
even look like
Mars.
hell. It looks like a cave. It's okay.
Yeah.
Luray
It's-
Caverns.
At least they tried.
Is
At
that-
least they
is it
tried.
For real?
No, I don't.
Oh.
I haven't seen the fucking movie. I'm just being a smartass. You should know by now.
At least I will say though, the main actress in that film is like, okay, you look like you weigh
Yeah.
150
when she
pounds.
had the
soaking wet.
BFG, I was like, what the?
The thing looks
thing
like
is as big
it
as
looks
you.
cheap.
It's as tall as you.
She's holding it with like one hand, and then like, okay, that's
Yeah,
not.
it looks like you can't.
Add
So-
some weight to that, please.
So basically, it's like a fan film that had far more heart than the actual
It's a
movie.
fan film. It is a fan
That's
film.
fair.
It is made by Universal 1440. That was the direct to DVD, direct to streaming
Oh, yeah.
division of. This is clearly a. We want to keep the rights.
Right.
Interesting.
We want to keep the rights because we haven't made anything since 2005. Shoot something quick.
Well, hey, I'll take
yeah.
passion over.
Plus, the games are getting popular.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
Doom
sure.
2016.
Yeah, it
not
would have
Doom
made more
Eternal.
sense now because when they did the first Doom film, like, was there any big Doom
No.
thing
No, I
at
don't
the
think
time?
so.
Like, it was a very
There was
random
like there was
time.
mods. There was mods coming out like Brutal Doom. I think had come out.
Yeah, Doom 64, I think, was the last one,
Yeah.
last game before the movie came out.
Jesus.
Yeah, and then
So-
no, Doom 3.
That's right.
That's why Doom from 2005 looks like it's all dark everywhere.
Right.
It's Doom
yeah.
3.
Doom 3, the
Gotcha.
game where nothing happens.
The game, and literally also 2005 Doom, where a movie where nothing happens.
Right.
That's
That
unfortunate.
game
Yeah,
that movie
it's-
frustrated me so much.
From the director of Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li.
That whole fucking movie. Like,
Do something.
remember when
something.
Carl Urban did shit movies?
Oh man.
Yeah, what the hell? Who?
Pre-Dread.
Fire his agent. Fire his
Pre-Dread and Thor
Well, no,
Ragnarok.
he fired his agent, and then he got a better one.
makes
Like
sense.
then he
Yeah,
started
now
doing
he's
like
doing
good
good
shit.
shit, yeah.
Right.
Dread, Star Trek,
Yeah.
Thor Ragnarok.
The Boys.
Behold,
Star
my
Trek
stuff.
The Boys.
The Chronicles of Riddick. Remember that?
Ooh.
That was a movie.
Was he in that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Case in point.
Yeah. He was.
That was like a year before Doom, I think.
He was banging the girl from Westworld.
Oh yeah.
What?
I can't remember her name.
Tandy Newton.
There
There
you
you
go.
go.
There you
Yeah.
go.
who does not appear in Riddick.
Oh, you're right.
Even though
you're right.
she's still technically alive, she does not appear in the Riddick film.
Well, Riddick tried to backpedal and be more like Pitch Black, and they just seemed like it was a rehash of Pitch Black.
First 40 minutes is pretty good because Vin Diesel doesn't say anything. It's a boy and his dog. That's all it is.
But apparently, I never played it, but apparently everyone loved the game, Escape from Butcher Bay.
It's
Oh,
great.
it's good.
Oh, it's
Like, apparently
fantastic.
that would have made a better movie.
It's fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's like, God damn it.
And then they did a sort of pseudo sequel, Assault on Dark Athena, where they gets captured in deep
Wasn't there
space.
also like an animated film that took place between
Dark
the two?
Fury,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
takes place just after they get off the planet, and then the power on the ship turns off.
Yeah.
And
Like
then
all
they're
these,
drifting.
like
It's just a cheap excuse to get an animated film.
The non-film stories seemed like they were going to be better stories than the actual like live-action sequels.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
yeah, because
God
Vin Diesel
damn it.
had no control over it.
I'm gonna kill you with a teacup. That's a real line from that movie.
It's been a long time since I smelled.
He was in Saving
like
Private
that
Ryan, guys.
Fuck.
Yeah, true.
You know,
He was.
Steven Spielberg
He's
actually.
bad in there too.
Steven Spielberg actually was interviewed about working with Vin Diesel. He said, "Man, what was it like working with Vin Diesel back on Saving Private Ryan? What was it like?" And he said, "Well, I killed him first. What do you think it was like?" He tried to give Spielberg
Yeah.
notes.
Which is hilarious
Wow.
because
Don't give
Wow.
Spielberg
Boy.
notes. Like,
Vin-
God, ego out of control, dude.
Seriously?
So
Wow.
another quote that's come out, quote, Vin Diesel recently said that Spielberg told him he has to make films or it would be, I forget what the term was, but it was like, it would be like a death in cinema if he didn't make films. And I'm pretty sure he said that to him sarcastically and Diesel didn't know it.
Oh,
Lord. He took that and ran with it. I know he did.
Yeah, it was like a detriment to cinema if you don't become a director. And I'm like,
Wow.
He's probably like,
Oh.
Steven, you think I have what it takes? Like, it would be a detriment to cinema if you didn't.
oh,
Please go for it.
Vin.
Not understanding sarcasm.
oh, yeah.
Remember, you notice how that high pitch goes up in the voice at the end? That's sarcasm.
Oh, Sheldon.
Okay, we'll
Let's
end this
end
thing.
this.
This is it. We 3 hours almost.
You got a good Patreon episode out of this?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Always.
Yep.
We've like the last 3 episodes have been like Patreon episodes.
Absolutely.
Sounds about right.
We're not putting up Bloodshot though. The original version I got a little heated, and we're not going to put that up.
The word you're looking for
redoing it.
is drunk.
It was 1 a.m., dude, and I was like slurring my words, and I was like too
Yeah,
tired.
you invited me to come over. It's like, A, I haven't seen the movie. B, it's just going to be you bitching the whole time.
it comes
and I'm
out-
going to say nothing.
Well, it comes out in 2 days, so now you can watch it.
Oh, is that official?
Yeah.
It's
All
coming
right.
out because
there we go.
because they figured, originally it was because Sony had to fulfill contracts with theaters, but now theaters are closed, so they can break
Yeah.
the contract. Like, what are you gonna do? Sue us?
Seriously.
So they're just putting it on streaming right away.
We got to make our money somehow. Yeah, Doom Annihilation Bloodshot. That's what's coming up. Thanks for listening, and good night.
Good night.